Zim, how
All
do you
right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Ascent to Ascend Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to turn it over to Rose for the recap. Let's see how well she paid attention to those videos.
get test? So, after everybody escaped from the Wolven ship, something happened and that I was distracted for while watching the video, and then they were suddenly at a place where a bunch of pirates were set up on a beach. And then there was a lot of gunfire. Well, specifically, the first cannon being shot didn't even have a cannonball in it. The guy just set it off because now all of China knows you're here. Am I doing a bad enough job yet? Are you gonna have someone else do the recap now?
You're doing a good job.
Damn it.
I think you're doing a great job. Now keep going.
Seed.
So then the Martens, they tried to bomb the mermaids by cascading cannonballs into the ocean. That's how that happened, right? Because you were really adamant about the mermaids.
What?
We'll continue mutilating this until someone else takes over.
Proceed.
Damn it. So, there's a lot of chaos, a lot of exchange. Then at some point in time, Timber got lost in the fog, and there were two bodies. But then Timber discovered that all the rum was gone because the rum is always gone, and he took out his aggressions in a very mature adult fashion by reducing one of the corpses to a fine paste.
Anything else?
I actually can't remember exactly where the mermaid thing came in at.
There was never a mermaid thing. I don't know why
No,
you thought there
because
was.
Zim said something about mermaids. Oh no, I think that was the previous week's one because I watched them both back to back.
Mm-hmm.
When he was like gonna get left behind to sink a ship or something.
Yeah.
And he was saying about
Just have the mermaids rescue him.
grabbing a mermaid to get back on the boat.
Which is a Sea of Thieves mechanic.
Yep. Because we're apparently going just full Sea of Thieves with that.
We're not.
But
It
why
was a
not?
joke. Because you haven't met the mer people yet.
Yet. Yet is a very interesting word to use there.
Lots
So
of
you're
things
saying I
happen
could
out at sea.
You're saying I could potentially have a zombie fish.
But it's very easy to do. Just grab a fish, slap it against the ground a few times, then use your necromancy on it.
No, you know what I mean when I say zombie fish.
You mean a fish that is a zombie? Yes.
No, I'm talking undead mermaid.
Well, then say undead mermaid. Zombie
No.
fish means it's a fish that's a zombie.
An undead mermaid is a fish that is a zombie.
And mermaids aren't fish.
Yeah, they are.
No, they are.
They are at least 50% fish. 50% is enough to say that it's the whole thing.
That is
Because
not. Did you know that you're like 60% banana?
Yes. And
You're
I'm
not a banana. You're
I'm
not.
a banana. I'm a banana.
Not how that works.
Pretty sure it is.
Now let's use the proper term and use merfolk.
I would just like to point out, Moriarty,
Mhm.
you sounded so much like Seinfeld.
What?
Yeah.
What's the deal with necromancers? I just killed that guy. Now you're bringing him back? That kind of makes me feel unimportant.
More when he was saying, you know, when he was shouting about how that's not how that works.
Okay, impressions I can apparently do. The medic from TF2 and Seinfeld.
So, anyways, then everybody was back on the ship and presumably leaving.
That we never actually really got that far. All we know is that there's some prisoners, one of which was a player character.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
oh,
I didn't see anything from the new people, so I didn't really get a read on them.
Well, one
So
of
when-
them you couldn't really see because they're the stabby in the back kind that
Oh yeah,
disappeared.
the guy that rolled a nat 20 on his stealth, so he got to get a free attack that nobody saw the source of. See,
yeah, he basically
I was paying
he
attention
got a
to stuff
free
like that.
you get a free extra round of stealth because, as stated before, in this game we're kind of, doing a little bit of homebrew where if you roll a critical hit or miss, it will have an effect
Right.
regardless of skill roll or not.
Basically, you're going with the cartoon philosophy. if it's
Crits-
critical, it's going to be magnificently critical.
Crits enabled.
Crits enabled. You just got the better crits mod installed. It's fine.
Basically, yeah. I don't like how the C looks like a G in the font for the donation goal.
Now you can grab tool.
No. It's supposed to be crab.
Grab tool.
Crab.
I will grab tool.
Also, it says... Hold on. Hold on. That's an exclamation point, not an L.
No, I must
You-
grab tool. Grab tool, do work.
The donation goal should be now you can crab too.
No, grab tool.
I copy pasted what you sent me.
Okay, I'm looking at the message I sent you, and that is an exclamation point. You can see that, right?
r/font matters.
Yes. Why is the exclamation point?
Crab, crab, scare, crab, frighten, crab, and
I need to know what video that's from.
That's also what you missed, Tanya.
Oh no, I just wasn't going to comment on it. The swarms and the 1 point of damage per round and the stuff biting Timber's tail. I watched all of that. So I'm ready to start whenever the DM can set
Yeah.
the stage.
Right. So, Timber is patching up all of his various very small cuts from the various crabs that he has, for the most part, smashed into broken shells that are now scattered all around. You do have 3 prisoners now, one of which is a player character. Who I would like to state out of character real quick. I gave him an out. Like, he did not have to fight you guys, but he chose to anyways, so... That's pretty cool.
Much like Gar didn't have to fight the lieutenant, but he chose to anyways.
Basically, yes. I
Lieutenant
tried...
will be sacrificed to the blood god. Blood for the blood.
I-
Blood for the blood god.
I really wanted to give him more of a, hey, here's a way that you can be introduced without the party hating you or trying to kill you.
That's lame. Be explode now.
Anyways.
Oh my god, yeah, unusually difficult fight that happened when there shouldn't have been a boss encounter. Everyone's all victorious because they killed the random stranger. I'm like, okay, so when's the new guy gonna show up? Ooh.
Anyways, Um, so you have these three individuals who have in fact surrendered, and yeah, you're kind of just sitting there at the cove now. You have a place to dock your ship, as well as another ship that you could potentially bring back to Moriarty if you wanted to. He did say he was looking for a ship to do cartography and to hopefully discover more of the surrounding islands and to figure out how sailing worked around here. Additionally, you have the dwarves who are trying to get to the mountains. But from here, where you go and what you do is kind of up to the players at this point. Since you got to figure out what you're doing with these three new prisoners and what, if anything, you do with this cove.
I just recommend that we don't use the canoe for his new boat.
That's probably a good suggestion. You're a smart one, aren't you?
You mean the canoe that if the water was any more uneven, it would have sunk?
That was because of who is in it.
Yeah. But that was another thing. See, I was paying attention. I do a good. I watch whole video.
Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and share the map again if you guys want it.
I could actually make good use of it, yes. I haven't had a chance
Alright.
to peruse it yet.
Well, there is the cove. I did not have a token for the ship, so the ship is it's kind of down where
Tiberius and Hellhound Friend is.
yes. Because there's not really a good way to have a token that is however big across. Which, speaking of, is something I'm probably going to have to speak with you guys about. Because I really don't know the size of the ship and how big it is and all the details of it.
Didn't
'Cause
we
I do
have
wa-
a huge, long, drawn-out discussion about that, and the DM said that they would pick something, and then they never did?
Okay, so your last DM never picked the boat. Gotcha. So that gives me basically free creative reign.
Because there were a couple candidates, but he said that he would like go over the finer points of the ships, and I never heard anything more about it, so I just kind of rolled with it.
All right, then I guess that could be something we do right now if you guys want to. We could have the ship discussion.
Sounds good.
We
All right.
did discuss the number of masts that the ship had, didn't we? There
I
would
don't
be
have a gavel. I need a gavel. So I can be like,
Wait,
alright, we are bringing the ship discussion to the forefront of today's meeting.
Zim, flick your microphone. That would be like a gavel.
That might break the microphone.
That sounds like quitter talk.
I don't
very
have
gentle.
$300 to replace this microphone, thank you very much.
Oh, it's one of those. Never mind.
Just like very softly tap it with your finger.
Does
then.
explain your audio quality.
It was a gift long ago, and it's been very good for me. Here, we'll do this. Alright, we bring this discussion of the boat to the forefront of today's meeting. Please bring your recommendations for the boat to the forefront.
Okay, now all I can picture is the two Martens, one of them with a powder wig, the other has a squeaky toy in their mouth, and they just squeak it in lieu of a gavel.
Exactly.
So the two offers I was going to present were mainly going to be that of a brigandine. The brigandine is going to be smaller, faster. It's going to only have 2 masts.
So basically, like the jackdaw,
The jackdaw.
the ship in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's one that a lot of people would be familiar with. Jackdaw is a brigantine.
Gotcha. It would have limited cannons. It's basically the Sea of Thieves brigandine. Save for it being a little bit bigger to accommodate various rooms and whatnot. There still would be, the rooms that have been described, such as a library and a little bit
Well,
of a cargo hold and stuff like that.
the Sea of Thieves ships are scaled down from their real life counterparts.
Yes. And then there would be a more proper galleon. This would not. This would be less like the Sea of Thieves one and more like a closer to realistic galleon. It would have probably a few rows of cannons. The main thing would be that you guys would probably need more crew. It's not that, impossible to be sailed without a crew, but having a crew would definitely make it run faster and would greatly benefit ship combat, which may be a thing.
All right, so wait, where did Galleon come into this?
These are your ship options that I'm presenting you. Is you can go with a brigandine, which is manageable with mainly just the party. Having additional crew is helpful to it, but it does have limited cannons. But what it lacks in firepower, it gains in more speed. Or you can have the galleon, which is more firepower, tankier, does have a third sail, not medium middling speed. The more crew you have, the more functional and better it is for combat.
May I make an alternative proposal? I was just looking at a chart of different ship classes, and there's between Brigantine and Galleon, there's a twin-masted bark. I feel like there's some subtext to that.
The bark would work rather well as well, but it's bark, but BARQUE.
Yeah, a twin-masted bark would actually work for our needs, and it's got a funnily on-point name.
To be honest, most of the pictures I'm seeing of barks do have 3 masts. Just the third mast is kind of in the back and kind of weird.
Well, yeah, it's because the 2 of the masts are square rigged, and the third mast is forgetting all my naval terms. Well, triangle rigged. I can't remember the actual proper name for the.
I'm actually having difficulty finding a bark that does not have at least 3 masts.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now as I'm trying to find good reference images.
I searched it up. Google recorrected it to 2-masted bark, and the first entry here, like the actual Google itself thing, a bark, with 3 different spellings, one of which is BARK, is a type of sailing vessel with 3 or more masts having the fore and main masts rigged square and only the mizzen rigged fore and aft.
And actually the type of sails is it had the at least reference images that I'm seeing have gaff sails for the rear mast, and for the bow mast it is lateen sails.
Right.
Or the bowsprit, not the bow mast.
Either way, it basically looks like more just like a brigantine variant, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's even a barkentine.
Barkentine? I must Google this.
That's BARKENTINE.
It's adorable.
Where it's got the 2
It's got the 2 gaff rigged and the 1 square rigged.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the barkentine. It looks so derpy. It's glorious.
And something else for Tanya. On the map, there is boxes of boomsticks.
Oh yeah, there are straight up dynamite.
So apparently, brigantines, sorry, barks. Apparently, people have a habit of just adding more and more masts and making them really freaking long. Because I keep running into one image after another of various types of barks, where they just added like freaking 4 or 5 sails,
5 sails,
just made
yeah.
it super long. It's like a limousine yacht.
Yeah. So, also, I suppose it does come to question: how did you guys get this ship?
I don't
Well,
have to
that
answer
we
that
do
without my
have
lawyer
an
present.
answer. Basically, we woke up on a beach with it.
Okay, so
Oh
this
yeah,
ship
that's right. It was the previous session where we
There
legitimately
was a
acquired the
note
ship through financial
saying
means.
the note of the captain saying that something happened to them and their crew is rebelling. And
They were
there
trying
were
to they were trying to find the keys to get into the Tower of Heaven.
Was
and
that
the
the tower you guys went into?
yeah,
Okay.
captain was never found, and the
Uh,
crew was just skeletons in the
The captain locked the entire crew in the brig. The captain was found. He was found in right outside the cave where we got the first part of the key.
Was he dead or was he alive?
Dead.
Okay. Interesting.
But the ship, when we got it, was extremely ramshackle. It still probably is. Like, we haven't invested enough into this to get it, fully repaired.
the main mast was broken.
Main mast was broken. There were holes around. It had no ropes on the ship at all. So I think we did buy actual ropes, but we had to use like vines and stuff that we made on one of the islands.
My character in starting character creation had ropes.
Ah, right. That's right. We all used our ropes from our inventory, and then we got actual better ropes. Once we got to this port, actually.
Okay.
There were no sails either, I think. And we basically
By the way,
limped...
did the port that you're at have a name?
It was the town.
The town.
Yeah, I think that's all we were given for a name.
Because there was multiple towns that we went to. The other ones were empty of people.
I only remember us going to one town other than this port, and yeah, that town was empty. But it is where we got the it's where we got the librarian as well as all of his books. We got the second part of the key near that town, and that's also where we got the whale carcass that we used to basically put armor on our ship and stuff.
And the sails were from the tent where the goose was.
Yes. Also, Luke would not let the Martens have a wolf pet.
Oh, you have one now.
Now we got a Hellhound, which is even better.
Exactly.
Except for the fact that it does fire stuff, and, well, we've got a wooden ship that is definitely not up to code.
His name is Ember.
Okay. I'm good with that. Good nod. Tanya, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just paddling through ship blueprints.
Oh. I just
No,
kept
I
hearing grunts and groans like something untoward was happening.
Sorry.
I
Those are my
I
thinking
do
noises.
I do have a particular ship design in mind. I just need to know the size of the ship you guys were going for.
Ah, okay, so if you've already got a floor plan, I can close all 4 of these tabs.
You can.
Sorry. I was like really getting into studying floor plans for ships there. So are we going with a Barkentine then?
I will allow it. It will lean more towards the Galleon rule set though, because it is slightly larger. With the lines of cannons and whatnot, having a crew is definitely going to make it a more
Essential.
yeah
Um,
a more valuable asset. It's not essential. You can still sail it without. Traveling will take longer, and combat will be more dangerous the less people you have, though.
I would like to point out something though. Um, versus a galleon. Galleon is almost entirely square rigged, but a Barkentine has a large number of gaff and lateen sails, which means that it's close reach and its close ah, I know this. It's close and its beam behaviors are going to be better than a galleon's, which means going against the wind.
Gotcha. Just so you're aware, I was not going to attribute any of that.
Not gonna bother modeling wind because it's too much work.
I listen, you guys are going to get to sail around, and that's going to be fun. I'm not going to sit here and worry about the coefficient of drag on the water and sailing against the wind and stuff like that. We're going Sea of Thieves rules for the
Oh,
water and wind
I didn't
physics.
I didn't know if like in the future you have a situation where it's like, oh yeah, you can't possibly hope to run away because it's against the wind or whatever.
Because the last DM had it. Oh, you can't head that way because the wind's blowing in the wrong direction. And nobody is good enough at sailing to know how to move the ship correctly.
Now, that
Well,
might
to
still
be
be
fair,
a thing. Like, if you
to,
guys cannot pilot the ship correctly,
to
you may
yeah,
go off
to
course.
be fair, none of us had qualifications, and our sail was some bed sheets. So
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Speaking of, there is a ship here that you could Frankenstein
oop,
some parts from.
somebody joined.
Tiberius. Or Odd
Oh,
Socks.
Odd socks!
Hi. Sorry, just woke up.
By the
Odd
way,
Socks is a part of the game.
Odd socks.
Mm-hmm.
The viewers last night had a question for you.
They did.
Yes. Would Odd Leomon be your Digimon form?
What?
uh,
Where did that come from?
There was a system in Stellaris that was called Odd Lemon, and they misunderstood
great.
it as Odd Lemon, and then somehow that turned into Odd Leomon, and then I'm like, no, he would be a Yin, and now it's Odd Yinmon.
Actually, it's not Leomon. It's pronounced it's pronounced Lehman.
Actually, it's pronounced throat warbler mangrove.
I am upset that I get that reference. Screw you.
Why? It's a good reference.
Screw you.
I'm a yin.
Welcome
You
back.
know what I miss? The game day roll call posts that posted the night before.
I'm gonna be doing those again. Life's been weird the last week.
That's a move.
Okay.
Anyways.
But on the plus side, you have not missed much. We've just settled on our ship. We are sailing on a bark.
No, a barkentine.
Oh,
Oh, right, Barkentine.
Argentine. That's the name of the ship?
No, that's the
type of
style.
ship.
Yeah, type.
Oh, right.
So, it takes two ship types, the bark and the brigantine, and it mashes them together in an unholy fashion and makes a wonderful sail.
Oh, okay.
It is the unholy union of two ship classes that were never meant to overlap.
Right.
Also,
And
it
I
contains
think
bark. It contains
and-
bark, and it is a long name. Therefore, Timber can now add Captain of the in order to make his name even longer.
yes.
Captain of the Argentine.
Well, to be fair, he wouldn't be the captain of the barkentine. He would be the captain of the whatever you named the barkentine.
Oh, right.
The glorious Barkentine swole wind.
Good point. We now bring the measure of the naming of the ship to the forefront of today's meeting.
Also, I suppose it does stand to reason now that Tiberius is in fact here, along with the prisoners. You do also just have this otter who's flip-flopping about, walking around, loving nature.
Actually, it would be at this point in time that Timber's backpack starts flopping around.
That too.
Oh, what the hell? Why am I bag? Why does it smell like cheese in here? When's the last time we even had cheese?
You're going to Wisconsin.
At that, Tiberius just perks up. Cheese?
Oh, hey, when you're going to Wisconsin, would you let us know how the fried tomatoes are?
Wait, no, I think I found the opening that... freaking get open already! Oh my god! Oh, it smells awful in there. Also, did you know he has like 50 brightly colored candles with no wicks in them? And some of them have bite marks. I'm very concerned.
What? They smell good. They must taste good, right?
I'm glad at least one person caught what I just did there.
And you can put Rose's token on the map now.
Where do I find the tokens? Is it like part of WikiFeet?
What?
Tokens.
Oh, you said token.
No, he said token.
I heard token. Anyways, let me just gotta pull up the combat tracker.
Casually looking around. What the? How long was I out?
About a day.
A day? I was only supposed to be meditating for 10 minutes.
Also,
the
your
hell?
own backpack feels much lighter.
Welcome to
Acto,
the Pirates Cove.
Have you ever experienced being fired out of a cannon?
A few people have tried. None have succeeded.
Would you like to?
I was... You see, he was expecting that, which is why he phrased it the way he did. We just communicate in meme at this point. We are becoming Chaka when the walls fell.
Who's Chaka?
The Star Trek reference. They came across
Ah.
a society that literally just communicated in meme. They were able to
Ah.
translate the language successfully, but they still couldn't understand them because every single thing they said was a reference. Their entire language was nothing but references.
So
Oh yeah,
modern.
them.
So the America.
Yeah, basically. That's the origin of Darmaka and Jalad at Tanagra, and Darmaka and
Yeah.
Jalad at sea. So Kath, his eyes uncovered. I've memorized
And
more of
then
that
the walls
episode than any
fell.
sane person should.
Yeah, next gen.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
Oh my god, you're a nerd too. I keep forgetting this. I keep thinking I'm the only nerd. This is patently false.
The Emperor has invited you to Lake Laogai.
Alright, which one of you is getting their Discord notifications through Discord?
You
Not
are.
me.
I'm not seeing any
Hog?
evidence of cards being played. Or sound effects or anything.
Well, nothing at my end.
All right, here, we'll do a quick test. Zim, ping everyone in this room with a quick message.
Oh no. Process of elimination.
Exactly.
That is a great idea.
We will find out who is sus.
Oh,
Minsk and Boo. You forgot Boo!
was that Toshime that just blooped there?
Well, Zim, you bleeped everyone, and I heard no sound, which means that
I
you're
heard a
the
bloop.
imposter. Yeah,
I
you
heard
heard
a
a bloop on your end because you got pinged.
Except that's impossible because I'm in streaming mode.
No, I heard a bloop and Toshime's name lit up.
I will say that I played 2 cards.
Yes, I see the
Someone
hands
is-
up one.
I played 2 Discord messages of the cards. They don't show up in stream chat.
Oh, you sneaky bastard.
You
what?
sussy baka.
Wait, what did he do?
We have a new thing on the channel. Stream loots. People can buy cards and do all sorts of different effects.
He was doing alert bloops, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was. I bet he can make it sound like someone joins the call.
Ah.
I don't
I
think
see,
that
I
is
see, I
one
see.
of those, but there is that in the blurb.
Okay, anyways.
There is also this one.
No! The cursed noise.
Do they have the remix version?
Oh, I've heard that. It's actually very good.
Yeah. Is it? Was that?
No, they
does,
do
can
not.
anyone can anyone confirm if that was real? By the way, because it's my understanding that the remix was an actual Discord ring that would play, but it was like a 1 in like 10,000 chance.
Yes, that is a thing that happens. I've got
Wait,
it before.
seriously?
Oh my
Seriously?
god.
Yes.
Okay. After stream. Oh. After stream, I'd like to sit and Discord back and forth with someone until we get it.
Alternative idea. YouTube.
No, yeah, but I want to see the thing about YouTube is that
Minsk
could be fake.
and Boo. You forgot Boo!
See, if I get it naturally by constantly calling people. Oh no, he did it again. All right, we're getting off track here.
No, that was
So,
Tanya through blurb.
How dare you?
By the way, Tanya, that is the stream loots.
All right, so y'all are in the cove on the sand, in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Okay, that is actually pretty catchy.
I like it.
Sorry, I had
It's
to
got
look
that.
it up.
It's got
Yes.
that fucking killer drum beat that leads up to it, and it's got that vibe. It's amazing.
I will say that when I got that, I jumped and hung up on my brother.
There are so many little things hidden in Discord. It's great. But I don't think
Discord
I'm going to
is
even see half of them myself.
there. I think there was a similar thing for Christmas as well, where it was a super rare Christmas jingle Discord call.
And so, what is Tiberius doing?
Yes, Tiberius, you have seen a. Weren't you like an antlered rabbit?
A jackalope.
Yeah, a jackalope. You see a jackalope.
Yeah, it's a rabbit that has antlers and cloven hooves.
That pops out of Timber's bag. Who is the man who has fought off the crabs? And
Tiberius
also
just stares at Roselia.
And who are you?
I'm Tiberius Swifttail.
I feel like I've come across a dragonborn with that name before.
Don't forget our tokens are in free move, so if you wanted to move to each other.
Yep,
Yeah,
they
where
are. You are up in the top left by the purple X and the rowboat.
So
Currently, Gar and Timber are next to you.
Tiberius is the otter, right?
Yeah, Tiberius? Where is your token?
It's down where the ship should be.
Ah,
And where's the map?
I shared it, but I shall share it again.
Okay.
That grid is so borked.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very big map because you need to fit an entire ship into this cove.
Sorry, I've been I've been asleep for an entire day, apparently, and nobody thought to try to rouse me. I have no idea what's going on. Or why it is that I have tinnitus. Were there loud noises while I was out?
There was cannon fire.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Now go out again! Who played
I'm
that
gonna end
card?
up deaf in a year at this rate.
Cannon fire. And I use Thunderwave to help the big guy with the crabs.
There were crabs? That explains the
Timber
spell,
had
actually.
crabs.
There were a lot of crabs.
Tanya, I would like to point out that he is a noble Marten. So,
Noble otter dude.
yeah, noble otter.
Did you just assume his species?
Wow!
No, I just said it the wrong way twice.
You got Martins on the
That sounds
brain.
kind of sus.
I always have Martens on the brain. What's your point?
Dun, dun, dun. I'd like someone to play the sus sound effect.
I mean, you can do that.
I don't have the money.
Same.
Sticker!
Dickies.
Antonia, the reason why there's a big X on that one is
Oh, it's all broken.
It's gone.
Sus?
our captain was
What the
letting some
fuck
of the
was that?
captains leave.
That was whatever blurb decided to bring up when I searched for sus. Anyways, back to the game.
Ah,
Very sus.
That one that
what
has an
sound
X
was
in it.
sus?
Anyways, the boat that has the purple X on it was taken and escaped with from three of the pirates. Just decided to escape and not surrender because
Timber
they did
let
not
'em.
trust. They did not
Usually-
trust that they would not be killed, while the other three decided to take their chances.
Normally, I'm all for leaving survivors. It's how your legend grows. But in this case, it's pirates. They may come back with reinforcements to retake the cove.
But if they did, we wouldn't be here.
Well, 4 pirates. With Mordecai.
Anyway, I'm more of a visitor here. I followed the crabs. The crabs.
And what are you doing?
I ask myself that question every day. I have no answer.
I ask myself that question a lot too.
Also, I noticed that the Marten twins have found the coat.
And they jumped in the coat last time.
Yeah, they were using the sleeves as tubes, I recall.
Actually,
coat?
they
What
would be
coat?
dragging it back to the ship for adding to their nest.
Oh yeah, don't forget everyone's got water walk.
Right? Why does
And
everyone have
Marten.
water walk?
They're gonna have a Martin
Because of
Martin
spell last
mansion.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
also everyone could get back to the ship.
Gotcha. Okay, you have that spell. Cool.
Yep.
And so this session, do we want to look to see if we can find a mountain home?
So this is a mountainous island that we're at right now.
This island is large enough that it does contain one mountain. Yes.
We're just in a kind of cove right now.
Yes. You're in the cove. The point of the cove was to find a place to put your ship because Timber was worried about the Imperial Navy, and that eventually that one Lieutenant Admiral who did not like Timber and who was definitely not planning on murdering your entire party would not find the ship again and then murder the entire party. And also, there happens to be another ship here that potentially Mr. Moriarty can use for his cartography, as that was something he asked you guys to help him with. Was he wanted to try and chart the other islands that were around.
And
Or alternatively, now hear me out, we could strip it for parts.
let's explore this island first before we start dismantling stuff around. I think Timber has it held down over here.
There are also notably some supplies here for boat stuff that aren't even that even are separate from the boat itself. Like they have some additional planks for repairs and some of those little what are those little things called?
Docking.
Hold on, Googling.
Mooring lines?
No, it's those little things that plug up the holes on ships.
Plugs?
I don't think they're called plugs. What was it called?
Hatches? I don't know.
Oh, it's a plugging shell.
So yeah, plug.
So, it's sort of, yeah. It's essentially this like little cup, like these little wooden cups that have a sort of adhesive to them that you can basically slap over a cannonball hole that prevents sinkage.
And is there a dry dock?
There was not one at the town that you were at, no, but there
At this
may
spot.
be one. Yeah, there's not one here currently.
What size is the pirate vessel?
It's there on the map.
I'm talking about like class compared to our own.
It's like I don't know if that's a schooner technically.
Schooners are pretty small.
Thought
As
you
you can
said
see,
it
that one
was a sloop last time.
One of those
I
S words.
I do not believe it would qualify as a sloop. It's definitely sloop size though. Yeah, no, that's basically a schooner right there. A two-mast schooner.
Something that I've seen done. This would be after we've, if no other better options present themselves. But a scene done before is deliberately scuttling a ship in shallow water and moving all the cannons to one side to create a weapons emplacement. It would be a good way to hunker down in case the Imperium does find us.
Well, yeah, but Moriarty wanted a ship.
Well, see,
Oh,
that's the beauty of it being scuttled in shallow water. Is afterwards we just drag it back into the deep water, reposition the guns, and we're good to go. Any damage that it took during the siege, well, it's already functionally dry docked, so we can patch it up before dragging it back.
it probably should be noted you do not see cannons nor cannon, you know, flippy doors on this ship.
It's got a deck, and there are cannons on the beach.
Basically, yes. Though at that rate, you might as well just line the cannons up on the dock that's already present.
Fair enough.
Unless you were specifically to position that ship somewhere where there's only rock, which none of which would probably be a good idea, simply for the fact of it would not be.
It would destroy the hull.
Well, not only that it would destroy the hull, but also that it would just not have a very good angle.
Plus the backfire. Rolling. But did we want to dock our ship over here and explore this island?
I'm all for exploring the island.
Now, this is the same island that the town is on. To note, this is just following the coast down a little bit of a ways. Though the island looks small on the map, it's miles large. And if that wasn't the case before, it is now.
I was more saying to see if we could find a mountain home.
That you may, yes.
Just a moment.
But, I mean, you may, but it's really up to the other player characters if they want to. Also, it is important to note, are you guys taking anything from this beach? Several things have been noted to be in existence, and so far the only thing that I know has been taken is a red coat.
This would be a good base of operations for us. Timber can hold down the fort so that things don't leave. Everybody agree?
I don't know. I think that we should stuff Timber into Rosalia's backpack. I mean, it's only fair. He carried her around.
No. And also, what did you do to my backpack? Where's all my stuff?
We only took some food.
Your backpack is devoid of food.
Fuck it, I'll just switch to grazing. If we're gonna be on islands most of the time, I'm just gonna graze. I'm not gonna carry food with me anymore, so there's nothing for you to pilfer. You okay with eating raw grass?
Yeah?
Yeah, you would be garbage disposal.
I caught the card this time. Still don't know who played it, but I caught it.
It was me again.
How do
Just
you
look
have
at the
so
local-
many of those?
He just did the Loki grabbing the arrow thing, but then the arrow still explodes anyways.
You know that I bought chess the other day,
True.
and it was 30 chests, and they each have 3 cards in them each.
And how many of those had these? What other horrible things are you going to do to me? What have I given you the power to do?
Pika pika! Pikachu!
Oh god, it's
So-
horrible!
So what we're going to do then is we're gonna explore the island and leave Timber behind to hold down the cove.
If you so choose to, but I should throw out there.
I mean,
It's-
I don't really consider this much of a fort, but I guess.
Not
It's something the
permanent.
Imperial ships can't get into.
Here's the thing. It's the Imperium. The bigger the fort, the more likely they are to want to go after it. This being small is a good thing. I mean, am I wrong? That they constantly think big?
You're right.
Timber would probably agree, as he is still huffing and panting from liquefying an entire body, which even for him seems to be a bit of a workout.
That's actually, you know what? We know the general direction the town is in, right?
Yeah, you would follow the coast.
All right. I'm setting it up, and I'm setting upon the quest for booze. Gonna explore the reaches between here and the town, with the plan that when I get to town, I will purchase a keg of rum, and then bring that back.
Alright. So of what is currently traversable, unless you have some decent climbing gear, you are
We
going
have-
to be walking.
We have the water walking.
Yep, you're basically going to be walking along the shore that is directly next to the sort of rocky cliffs that overlook the sea.
The Martens do have a climb speed.
You know
The
the one,
Martens can climb up.
you know the one thing people always leave out when they talk about how cool water walking is? How big ocean swells are! Saying while bouncing up and down on the ocean swells.
With only the antlers visible.
Just keep vanishing behind the waves. But before departing though, I would want to expend a first level spell slot to cast Alarm, with the designated area being the middle of that gap. So
Okay.
that way, if anybody shows up on a rowboat or on a ship or anything, if any vessel enters that's not directly hugging the rock, it will set off the alarm. With the now, can I designate
It
a
immediately
recipient of the
goes
alarm?
off as a fish jumps out of the water.
you can designate what will and won't set it off.
Tiberius just grabs the fish casually.
Yeah, it's in the description of alarm that you can set what will and won't set it off, which is good because they probably put it in there specifically for people like you.
Actually, Tanya specifically grabs the fish, beats it, and then turns it into a zombie fish.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to raise the dead yet. I'm a couple levels away from that.
You said you wanted to make zombie fish, though.
I was gonna grab the fish and then produce flame or something to
For
cook
the
it.
for the mental option for alarm, can I designate a recipient, or does it have to be me if it's the mental option?
If it's the mental option, let me.
I'm pretty
post the
sure
alarm spell?
that
It's
Also,
not
if
letting me
we-
share it.
Oh, how
We
dare
rested-
it!
Have we rested at all between last session and this?
No,
I
this
have.
is
Right.
literally directly after.
the wording of the
Right.
spell, a mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. This ping awakens you if you are sleeping.
An audible alarm produces a sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet. So the options are either a mental alarm for just me or an audible alarm that anyone, even the person who set it off, can hear.
Well,
Up to 60 feet, which...
given
You
how
know.
large this
Here.
given how large this area is, and also looking at this map and realizing how big your guys' ship is probably going to be, I may need to retcon the size of this map to be even bigger.
Oh, fun.
Because I did not know the size of your guys' ship, so I just made a general map. But because of your guys' ship size and the map that I had in mind, it may just barely fit into that dock. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to pull up the design again and double check the dimensions I was putting on.
If the proportions are unfeasible, then never mind with the alarm. I was just hoping to be able to leave something to help Timber with defending the cove.
The most you can have is the mental ping to your mind as long as you're within 1 mile, which would probably, I
The
would
town-
say, the town is in
wouldn't be
range.
Oh, it is?
The town is within 1 mile of here, yes.
Oh, okay.
But if you were to go exploring deeper into the island, looking for the mountains and whatnot, that is not within 1 mile.
Well, my intention is to explore along the coastline, follow any short paths that might be along the coastline as well, to meander towards the town.
Okay, and are you just walking off away from the rest of the party?
Well, I'm waiting to see what they're planning on doing first.
And to note, you still do have 3 pirate prisoners to decide what you're doing with.
Yeah, Timber has that under control.
Okay, so they're just staying here while Timber watches and wards over them.
Yep.
I'm leaving the inquiries to the Inquisitor.
Technically, it's 4 pirate prisoners. I forgot about this guy on the dock.
Bye.
The one that was fighting me.
Yeah, and he was fighting you so hard that he missed the fact that the guys rode off without him.
I vote we kill them all. They're pirates. We can't trust them.
I can't trust you.
You know how upset that would make Timber?
They are unarmed.
Okay, we will execute them.
That's just killing with extra letters.
Yeah, but it's politically acceptable.
Not by everybody's politics.
We hang them.
Technically, hanging is supposed to come after a fair trial.
Okay, we will hold a trial.
You cannot be the judge.
The trial of the pirates is now in order.
That is. Oof.
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
And this actually would be, I'm gonna throw it out there as DM. This would be pretty interesting to, especially with having a player character trying to defend himself. I fully support the trial idea.
No, what if he screws up? We would have to MacGuffin the hell out of that.
And also, the player character would have to be here.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like save it for later. But like this is genuinely I support it.
Honestly, the only reason the player character is even still alive is the fact that he rolled so well on the stealth. And even then, the Martens are very much wanting vengeance.
Meanwhile, Rose has a strict moral code to draw a line between justice and vengeance, because they are not the same thing.
He stuck them with a lot of arrows.
Yeah, well, you were on opposite sides of the battlefield. That's how battlefields work.
I think he only stuck you with like 3. He missed most of his shots.
Okay, Acta, explain this to me. How many people have we melted? How many people have we set on fire? If any of them had survived, would you feel like they would be justified in seeking revenge against us?
Yes.
Okay, then.
By the way, our normal end time is in slightly less than 2 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. We will be ending at set end time, I guess, just for everyone's awareness, because I did have other plans that I have to keep.
So are we ready to start this little adventure?
I'm ready to head off. I just need assurance that when I come back, that the pirates won't be dead.
Timber can make sure of that.
Timber has shown a proclivity of being somewhat passive when necessary, which is strange for Timber.
He's learned how to enjoy that fine yet rustic architecture.
Joke. It's a proficiency bonus.
Oh no, he's trying to get
So-
egg.
Yeah, Rose is gonna start just walking on down the shoreline then. With or without them.
Star is going to follow.
And yeah, basically just walking along, keeping an eye open for anything that stands out. Like any clams to pry open. Still trying to find a pearl. Any fruit-bearing trees that are right on the coastline. That sort of thing.
Well, it is a cliff line, more like.
The whole way? The whole mile?
Not the whole mile, about... Eventually it does start to taper down into a proper sand coast, but from there from there to the city itself.
Yeah, as soon as it's
is,
possible to clamber up onto the shore, she would, because she was asleep when the water walking spell was cast, so she doesn't know how much time is left on it.
Fair enough. By the way, is the rest of the party following her, or are you guys taking the ship, or what are you guys doing?
I'm following.
Okay. Not
The
taking the ship.
Martens are following on the cliff itself.
Okay.
Water walking lasts for an hour, so
We don't want to be taking the ship back over to that port and not have any identifying flags besides.
The Inquisition.
Mhm.
All right. Well, give me. This will qualify as a traversal check. Uh, everyone remember how a traversal check works?
Nope.
Okay, so again, since this is going to be something that is fairly common, at least in this game, traversal checks are something where you pitch to me any one of your skills that you can. You pitch to me how you're using that skill to traverse from one point to another, and if it sounds reasonable enough, I let you roll it. And depending on how good that skill roll is, that determines how fast you go, as well as whether or not you may run into a random encounter. And that could either
Well,
be a good thing or a bad thing if you run into a random encounter.
well, considering that at the first opportunity she'd be up on the shoreline and making her way through the foliage along the coastline, I would say nature for understanding what types of soil certain plants are in to know whether or not, oh, that's going to be, quicksand, or whether, oh, that's going to be rocky terrain over there. Knowing what's poisonous, so don't walk through it because otherwise, you're going to be itching for an hour.
Fair enough. I should state, though, that the front majority of your traversing is going to be walking on the water next to the cliffs. There will be some traversal that is, of course, in that nature part, yes.
So would that be perception, keeping an eye open for any rocks that might be hidden underneath the waves? Because just because you're on top of the water doesn't mean the water itself isn't moving up and down.
Yeah, sure, you can roll perception. Okay. Roll me a d6.
Technically, all of these things fall under survival.
Shh. My survival is only +3. Perception is +6.
Again, you can pitch whatever one you want, as long as you have a decent enough pitch for me to go, yeah, then I'll allow it. So yes, as you
So
are
there's
being
literally
rather
no point in survival then.
no, you could have rolled survival if you really wanted to. Though survival will still have its functions with things like tracking, things like actual nature things, this, that, and the other thing. But
There's a nature
survival
check
is
for that.
There's a nature check.
there's also a survival check.
I'm just saying, you're kind of making skills obsolete here with this ruling, because what's the point in these skills if you can just do something else instead?
That's a good question.
Okay. Check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, identify signs that owl bears live nearby, predict the weather, or avoid quicksand and other natural hazards. So, yeah,
But
this
for
is tracking and how to handle the terrain itself.
and for what you're talking about for looking for specific things, that would be nature.
Let me pull up nature here real quick.
Yeah, nature specifically is to recall lore about terrain, plants and animals, the weather, and natural cycles.
Lore
So you can use
meaning-
perception to potentially find things. You don't necessarily know what those
well,
things are without a
finding
nature
things
check.
is kind of like tracking.
Did Octo or Acta want to do the nature check?
Do you want me to just roll a survival check?
I'm just bringing this up because, these rules are already built into the game and you're changing them, and that change is making it obsolete. Like, there's already a function in the game for it.
Like what do you mean?
Well, survival thing.
For traversing and such.
None of these have been about specifically traversal.
Okay.
These are all things that do have skills that are present. Like, you can definitely use survival and nature if you want to for a traversal check. I should state that. Those skills can apply to a traversal check, absolutely. But they also do have their separate listed things, and all of the things that they have listed, most of them are not specifically traveling. And also depending on the situation or the terrain of which you are traveling through, like, if you're in a large enough city, you may need a traversal check for the city, and that can use a completely separate set of skills. So traversal check is not just every time you're on the road or every time you're doing this, that, or the other thing. It will have different situations, but it is not meant to just replace nature and survival, for the record. Anyways, with that perception check, with that high of a roll, you do take a solid 40 minutes, because you are being more perceptive, you are observing more under the rocks and water. You do kind of take your time. By the time you reach the shore, the water walking spell is just about wearing off. And you are now on the sand and on the land. You see the town off in the distance, within eye shot, but it's still...
You find crab.
Of course there's going to be crabs. There's all of the crabs.
Yeah, you strangely enough, you do see that all of the crabs are looking at you. Like they're watching you, like they have some sort of innate knowledge that is unsettling. Unfortunately, there are such a number of crabs that it is too hard to see when one is a clam and one is a crab, and you probably are not going to find a pearl. And by probably, I mean you don't. But you definitely can tell that those crabs are not acting as normal crabs would.
Magnanimous dispensation.
Don't
Oh,
look
no.
at me.
What the fuck?
Holy crap! Koshimel!
Okay, that's...
Toshime, thank you so much for that donation. The donation goal has been completed.
I must
Oh,
flee
no.
crabs. Impending danger detected.
Tiberius, you noticed something odd going on. And that is this weird sort of humming sound. It seems to be coming from the water behind you, and as you turn around and as you look, you see a strange sort of conch shell that's sort of floating in the water. But it's less floating in the water, and it's more almost like it's sort of sailing towards you. And then eventually it gets up close to you, and you can definitely hear the humming resonating from it. Do you pick it up?
Yes, grab tool.
That's Tiberius's choice.
He's thinking hard about this.
The moral implications of the conch shell. Oh, an Arcana check.
Would I be able to tell what the shell does or whatever?
You pull the string and it tells you truths.
It is a magical shell with some conjuration magic. Let me. Yeah, with a 19, you probably know well enough. This shell, when you blow into it, it will summon crabs.
But is it safe to pick up?
Oh, absolutely.
So just going on the list here, we have a hound, we have a hell goose, we have infinite chickens, and now we have infinite crabs.
We also have dragon.
And a dragon. Can't forget the freaking dragon.
It's not necessarily infinite. It's not necessarily infinite crabs. It's more of well, to be fair, I think actually conjuration might be the wrong word. Shit, is this? Hold on.
If it's summoning that would be conjuration, wouldn't it?
It's because it's not actually like creating. It's more like
Luring?
pinging your. Yeah, it's more like luring.
You're going Pied Piper.
Sort of, yes. You're Pied Pipering crabs. So the way it works is if there are any crabs or similar crustaceans in the area, they will come and they will fight for you. And depending on how many crabs are present, will basically affect what they can do. You have already seen part of what they can do with timber. You are almost certain that this is the same shell that was used on timber that caused all the crabs to just suddenly be like, we must go.
You know,
You
knowing
said the
our
water walking spell was up, right?
Sorry, what?
You said the water walking spell was up, right?
It is up. It would be up when you find the shell, yes.
knowing our luck,
Okay. In that case, I'll dive into the water and grab it.
knowing our
Oh,
luck,
you-
first,
You don't need to dive into the water. It's floating on the top of the water. You can just like bend down and pick it up.
Well, then I'll do that. Well, Tiberius does that.
knowing our
Anyways.
luck,
I was gonna say, go ahead.
Damn it! Knowing our luck, the first time that we use it, it's gonna summon a dire hermit crab that's using a diving bell as a shell. Oh, we weren't expecting special forces. So yeah, anyways, I guess making our way down the coastline, and Rose
Yep.
will be actively looking for any clams that she can check for pearls, and any fruit-bearing plants that she can harvest.
Right. As for fruit-bearing plants, the majority of trees, at least along this beach here, are more of the tropical variety. You do see a few green coconuts and some palm-like trees.
Coconuts are still good.
Yep.
Coconuts.
Coconuts, dates, pawpaws, that sort of stuff. That's all tropical.
Would require an athletics check to get up there and pull them down, or you could have Octo and Acta, or
May I
Acta.
call upon a racial thing? Because
may.
he is rabbit. She has
Go
very
ahead.
good vertical leap.
How good?
Minsk and Boo.
Never been
You
specified.
forgot Boo.
It's never been clarified exactly how much vertical leap that the rabbits have. That would be
Okay.
a sim question.
Well, I have a normal jump calculator, so... how tall are you?
Going to... you have something to say there, Zim?
Well, first off, how tall are these trees?
Rose is 3
Uh,
feet tall, by the way.
Rose is 3 feet tall. So these trees can range anywhere from... thinking about... Oh, here, let me... How big is a normal palm tree? We're looking about 20 to 30 feet in height.
Oh, okay. No, there's no way she has that much vertical leap.
Yeah.
It's strong, bouncy legs, not a pair of wings.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you would there would definitely be fall damage with that.
Yeah. So rather than that, I'm just gonna use Mage Hand cantrip to pluck them.
Doesn't Mage Hand have
Oh,
a
yeah.
range of 10 feet? Or was that...
I think
maybe I'm
it's
thinking...
higher than that.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh wait, it's like why does it say touch? It's I was mending, not Mage Hand. 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, well, there you go. That's just enough to get hold of a coconut.
Alternatively, if that doesn't work, I'll just freaking use Chill Touch on the base of the tree and just rot the thing down. Because Chill Touch does Chill Touch does necrotic damage, so wouldn't that rot wood if it's a living plant?
Sorry,
Well,
what?
probably rot the plant.
Oh, either way, yeah, using the Mage Hand to harvest anything that's too high to reach.
Gotcha. How many coconuts do you go about collecting?
Is it functionally infinite supply?
Relatively. I will cap you at a certain point simply due to carry weight.
Yeah. In that case, I'll just go with one for each member of the crew.
And how many are you considering to be members of the crew?
Let's see. Octo, Acta, Gar, Rose, Tiberius, Timber.
So you do acknowledge that Octo and Acta are two separate members of the crew, understood?
Octo, Tiberius.
Too late. You've already confirmed it.
I hadn't got to the end of the list yet. It wasn't locked in. See, this is the price of being nice. I try to do one gracious thing and immediately like, aha, legal precedent.
Caught in 4K.
4K. So I guess, a dozen, just an even dozen coconuts.
Okay, you can definitely take 12 coconuts. Ba-ba-ba.
Minsk and Boo. You forgot Boo.
Oh wait,
You go ahead and add the 12 coconuts to your inventory, and they are going to be 18 pounds.
Well, now, Toshime, since you went ahead and redeemed that, I guess we'll go ahead and be taking over here for a few seconds here. See, we're just gonna go ahead and take over here. The Martens are just gonna shuffle themselves right up those trees and steal all of those coconuts that are left behind, stashing them away right there in those handy-dandy little saddle packs for them. And, that's just how things are gonna go here, see?
You have saddle packs?
Yes, that is what they are called, officially. That is, what, Greaves decided to name them, though they are basically backpacks for, those that are, quadrupedally, designed, as it were.
Given
Well, I
how
guess-
big the Martens are, for a backpack that they could wear, you could probably fit one coconut each.
You see, these are actually extra-dimensional spaces inside of these saddle packs.
Yeah, it has been established they're functionally small bags of holding.
Okay.
There is
How
a
much
carry limit to it, but however, it is a simple coconut, you see, so they could stash quite a bit in there.
Each coconut is 1.5 pounds.
Yep, they have plenty of space for that.
How much space do you decide to put for that?
Well, considering it's only going to be a temporary storage, and they do each have their own space, how many coconuts are even up there for that matter?
Functionally infinite, as stated before.
It's a
There's
tropical
enough.
island.
There's probably enough coconuts there that you cannot pick them all. In fact, if you
well,
tried to, it would take you well into the evening.
Well,
And-
very well. We're going to go ahead and have a nice little, we're going to go ahead and collect ourselves up 20 of them there coconuts, see?
Okay, you spend about 5 minutes doing this.
All right, the 30 seconds is up.
I
They're
think it
also-
was up 30 seconds ago.
Well, I started
gonna say, it
late,
was
so
more like
I
a
was
minute.
giving it extra time.
He just really liked the accent.
Mhm.
Octo and Acta could also use their attack ability to hit the tops of the trees to knock them down.
Oh, yeah, they could.
I had a spellcasting question.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a spellcasting answer.
How many times can you use the same spell? As many as the spell slots, or
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
If you have like 3 different level 1 spells, for instance, and you have 5 level 1 spell slots, you can cast the same spell 5 times. Really, it's just based on spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you burn a higher level spell slot to cast a spell, some spells will have overclocked function based on the higher spell slot used.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I got that bit at least.
Yeah. So
Okay.
potentially you could cast a level 1 spell. I want to say you've got what? 4 level 1 spell slots and 1 or 2 level 2 spell slots? Is that about right?
4 level 1, 3 level 2.
So you could potentially cast a level 1 spell 7 times then, depending on if it has an overclock feature.
And 2 level 3.
Oh, well then that's 9 times then. Again,
Right.
that's assuming that you can cast at a higher level. If the spell does not allow you to cast at a higher level, then you cannot use a spell slot for that.
Okay, it was just gonna say I could use produce flame to fire at a coconut.
Actually, isn't mana burn a thing in this game? Where even if it doesn't allow you to cast a higher level spell, you can burn a higher level spell slot? It does some damage. Isn't that a
yes.
thing?
It does not do
Okay.
damage. You just can use a higher level spell slot for any spell. It just doesn't have an increased effect.
Gotcha.
Unless it specifies that it does.
Like in Skyrim, when you accidentally put a petty soul in a grand soul gem, and now the grand soul gem is wasted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I hate that.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
it's like stuff like chromatic orb, for
Hmm.
example. It's a level 1 spell. Way down the road, I could cast that at like level 5 when we're super high level characters, and it would be the difference between a handgun and a shoulder fired rocket launcher.
Oh
Even
yeah.
though it's the same spell, just because it was cast at a higher level.
Chromatic
Hmm.
Orb is personally one of my favorites, purely because it stays
get-
relevant.
Yeah, for every level that you increase it, it gets 1 additional D8 of damage.
I thought it was 2d8.
Let me double check. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above 1st.
It is still a very powerful spell. It just comes
yes.
with the, and it's easily accessible early on. It's just got that caveat of you have to have the material with you.
Yeah, if you were to cast this at 5th level, that would be 8d8 of damage. That's a bada boom.
It is
And
outclassed by some other spells like Fireball, but being a single target spell, it is
Thing
relevant.
though, chromatic orb can be whatever element you want, and that includes fire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like the difference between Fireball and Chromatic Orb is Fireball is a 30-foot diameter, I believe. Yeah, it's an Firebomb's an AoE, so it can output much more damage, but if you don't want that damage to be an AoE, Chromatic Orb is brilliant.
Then
Anyways.
there's me who can cast Fist.
Anyways, you all spend some time picking coconuts. Gar, are you doing anything during this time as you just watch them grabbing coconuts off of trees about 2/3 of a mile out of town? No, not 2/3. It's more like 1/3 of a mile out of town.
Yeah, probably watching out so nothing's sneaking up on us.
It does seem as though this area is pretty peaceful, probably due to the town nearby, so you don't need to worry too much about anything that seems actually dangerous. There's a few crabs that seem to eye you knowingly, but outside of that, everything seems fine.
Okay. We don't want the Imperium to start walking up on us. Hey, you left the ship.
Ooh, packs for streamlets.
These crabs actively flee when you come close to them. I just believe that sound was the camera dramatically panning to one of them.
Moriarty, you need to do
Ready.
the 1d20 part there.
Sad.
Joke.
Sad.
Sad.
Do the crabs move away? No, they don't move away, but they do kind of like look up at you like, yeah.
Going to
Like-
just extend a finger towards one of them to boop them.
Where specifically do you boop?
Between the eyes, just right on where the nose would be if it had a nose.
It very quickly scuttles away.
Okay, it made the right choice. If it had pinched me, I would have used Shocking Grasp on it.
You have now upset the crabs.
I only booped the snoot. It was up to them whether or not that was a declaration of war. And Shocking Grasp is a cantrip. I can keep recasting it as long as they keep trying to attack me, and then we will eat crab for days. Well, you will. I'll just enjoy knowing that I'm not on the menu.
You know, if 1,000 of them came up, even doing 1 point of damage each, you would be very quickly overwhelmed.
This is very much villagers versus a dragon.
Well, you see, that's what an elevated platform and chill touch is for.
That's what height on a tree is for?
Yeah, just climb the tree and just have chill touch keep going from crab to crab. Boop the snoot, boop the snoot, boop the fatal boop.
Then the crabs start going daisy on your ass.
Daisy chain. they just form up Giga Crab. It's like
Oh no, not daisy chain. I mean Daisy, as in
The
like
game.
Oh, Daisy. Okay,
yes.
oh yeah. So the piles
We're-
of bodies.
The piles of dead crabs as more crabs climb over.
Just end up reenacting the cover of Doom.
If there's enough of them, they can.
That needs to be an artwork now. Just fucking jackalope on top of a pile of crabs fighting off yet more crabs.
I think I'm going to rename this D&D game session from Ascent to Ascend to Ascend to Crab.
I mean, that's what evolution is doing. It keeps pumping out crabs.
No. Just because that's a lot of work and I don't want to go through it.
In case you couldn't read the room, that was a joke. I'm not actually going to rename it Ascend to Crab.
Anyways, so yeah, I guess continuing down the beach then. So it's just coconuts, no other fruiting plants currently viable? No
Uh,
clams or
co-
anything?
Coconuts are the only thing you find currently, and it does not seem that there are many clams present. More crabs, though.
They probably
They
scare all the clams
almost
away.
they almost feel like like an invasive species.
I'll deal with the crabs later. I have plans.
I have plans for the crabs.
Whilst this is all going on, Tiberius is just staring at Celia, holding the shell.
Wait, so so Tiberius was. I thought he was back on the ship for some reason. I don't know why. My brain just registered that he was like reclining on the ship, and then the shell floated up to him.
Nope, he's been walking along with you guys. In fact, as far as I'm aware, the entire party, save for Timber, is all here, walking on the water with you.
Well, I mean, we went to the shoreline as soon as we had the option.
Right. Which was 40 minutes into you walking on water.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, and as you were saying, that was back when he had gotten the shell, was when we were all walking. Got it.
Yep.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, then yeah, continue on the trip towards the town.
All right. You continue on your trip without much issue. After all, as stated, the town was within eye shot, so you make it there with, you know, no major fanfare or whatnot. It's just a small walk over. You're probably there within 10 minutes, probably even less, depending on how quickly you walk. And you're now in the town. As you are entering town, Rosalia, you do notice that that jeweler's shop is boarded up, strangely enough.
Oh, I am already aware of what happened with him.
Oh, really? Who told you?
Wait, wasn't Rose present for that when he was
Rose was never told.
that he was pitching an absolute fit?
Yeah, that was never told to Rose. Only, I want to
Nope.
say Timber.
Yeah.
Only
Timber,
him
Timber.
saw that. Okay, okay.
Timber and the Marten twins. I think
Those-
the Marten twins also noticed that.
That was
Well,
like
the Marten
3
twins
seconds
were the
ago.
only ones that were aware of it. They've discovered it, and they told Timber because they wanted to rob the Wolven ship.
Right. Notably, it does seem as though a few ships have come and gone, including the one that did have said gems on it.
So yeah, just making the observation that the place is boarded up. She's just like, I guess that's how the karma works then. He didn't
And
need
probably
me
the
to be the
Wolven.
one to punish him. He ended up being punished on his own. It's a shame though, because I was hoping to be able to pick up a pearl. Why is it so hard to get a pearl?
It's not as though they're a rare stone or anything.
Well, actually, actions, identify. Yeah, I need a pearl worth at least 100 gold in order to be able to use it as a catalyst for my identify spell.
Right?
It's a very fancy pearl. Yeah, the only thing that I'm needing to pick up in town is I was going to pick up a keg of rum for Timber.
You can definitely do so, as it appears as though, you know, the tavern, of course, has their various alcohols, and when you present such a large acquisition, they're like a whole barrel.
Yep.
Can you carry
Oh,
that?
Well, just the one.
Have the dwarves already drank him out yet?
Oh crap! Yeah, there are dwarves in this town. If you oh, and by the way, it wouldn't be like one of the big full sizes. It'd be like a pony keg.
Pony keg.
Yeah. I think pony is the correct term. Let me look it up real quick. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-da.
You get
Why are you so pixelated?
You got the half-pound keg, the quarter-pound keg, the quarter-pound slim, the 6-pound keg.
And these are all aluminum kegs, though.
The
This is modern stuff.
the pony keg is a quarter barrel.
Joke. Quarter barrel.
Yeah, okay, pony. I was thinking of the correct one.
A pony keg or quarter keg is a beer vessel containing 7.75 U.S. gallons, 29.33 liters, of fluid. It is half the size of a standard beer keg and equivalent to the quarter of a barrel. It is severely, roughly 82 12-ounce cups. It will serve, not severe. What the heck? Brain?
Well, if it's full of rum, it will severe.
It will severe timber.
Gallons of rum, that'll severe. Exactly.
What the fuck was that?
Snorlax. He said his own name.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
here
a
we go. I found.
Snorlax.
I found the
Uh-huh.
traditional names. So
People are
she would be
playing
getting.
cards from Stream Loots.
Right.
Get him-
She would
get him-
be a Perkin then, because that's about the
Perkin.
biggest she can comfortably carry.
Get him a Jilovisky. A Fergan. How do you spell that?
Firkin. Oh, which is apparently 8 gallons. So it'd be a pin barrel then, is what she could carry. A pin barrel. Oh my god, the name just sounds so demeaning.
Here's good luck to the pin barrel, good luck to the barley mow.
One question.
What?
Is the town on the map at all?
What?
Where's the town? Is it on the map or...
No.
Right.
It's a coastal town though, so it can be assumed to be on the coast.
Right.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Apparently, actually, a buttload is an actual unit of measure, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
It is.
But yeah, she would only be able to carry a pin barrel of rum, which is still enough to get somebody timber-sized drunk.
You do notably also have companions that you could ask to carry more.
It's my burden, Samwise. I'll carry it.
Yeah. But here's the question: how are you going to get it back? Are you going to float on the barrel to get over there?
With a little paddle.
Well, I mean, alcohol does float, and it's also made of wood, so theoretically it has a net positive buoyancy. I could just swim. Great swimmer. How much would it cost for a pin barrel of rum?
Well, I'm gonna have to do some calculations here now.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Pin barrel is how much of a barrel?
It is 4 gallons?
So that's like a tenth. So it would be a golden 5 silver.
I have exactly 5 silver, so let's get rid of that, and then increment the gold down by 1.
Alright, he gets it together for you and just kind of picks it, hefts it up, and
Minsk and
sets it on
You
the
forgot Boo!
sets it on the counter.
I will be using rope to fashion some backpack straps for it, and I'll just carry it that way.
As you do, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and then very quickly hey, fella! Or lady, whatever you prefer.
Just because I have antlers does not make me a buck. What do you want?
I like to think of fella as a gender-neutral term. Anyways, so you're back. Did you find that cove?
This is Moriarty.
This is Moriarty, the fox.
Okay, yeah. I'm actually confused that about that was the reason why we went to the cove. Sorry.
Welcome, Timber.
Yeah, we did find it actually.
All right, very nice, very good. He gives 2 thumbs up. Did you find a ship there?
Yeah, but unfortunately, it doesn't have any guns.
Well, I mean, guns aren't really necessary for cartography, I suppose.
Yeah, they were
But they would be
necessary for
nice.
self-defense. They're a good pirate deterrent.
Bless me. Oh, well, I've got magic for that.
Fair point, I guess.
Worst case scenario, I can try to dress it up like a ghost ship like those other traders did. In fact, my first goal was probably going to be to find them and see if they wouldn't join me.
Joke.
Sorry, I
Any-
just completely blanked for a second there.
Anywho, if you could take me back to wherever the heck that is, that'd be great.
Yeah, no problems. I'm only gonna be in town for a little bit longer. Just gotta swing by the bank really quick.
Fair enough. I didn't know they had a bank here.
Well, closest thing that amounts to it's probably the trade office.
Fair enough. We eat rose.
Eat what?
Oh yeah, there's a prime example of a Marten eating rose.
Yeah.
Right, well, what's the weight on a pin barrel of rum?
Let's see.
Couple minutes.
Damn it. Ziv, that was a bad pun.
Gonna be about 10 pounds.
I'm how much?
10 pounds.
Uh-oh. So she tries to pick up the barrel and immediately proceeds to fall over because that puts her over her weight limit by 9 pounds. I was not keeping track of my inventory weight.
Moriarty reaches down and hefts it up. You need some help there.
Just a little. It ain't easy being tiny.
She's
Yes,
too
you are.
proud to accept help from the rest of us.
I am not. Hey, what's the carry weight for unseen servant?
Isn't it like 10 pounds?
Strength of 2. So, how much can you carry with a strength of 2?
Joke.
Hold on.
What? How is your strength score only 2?
Your carrying capacity
unseen
is your
servant. Unseen servant.
Oh, right.
Your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15, so you can carry 30.
So then, yeah, I could just summon unseen servant. But since Moriarty's offering to carry the barrel, I guess he can carry it.
He's not only offering, he's already done it.
Although the shoulder straps that she fashioned would be way too small for him, so you'd have to adjust those. Either way.
Well, unless you want to be carried by Moriarty with you strapped to the barrel.
I can't.
Well, you had somebody who could carry stuff.
I can't carry the barrel,
Hey,
Rose,
Timber.
but I can carry you.
There's the
mission to
timber.
This is the mission to get the alcohol for Timber.
This entire session is just a beer run.
Apparently.
At least it's not.
I'm so
know
proud of
for-
my crew.
At least
Yeah, I just
we're
got
not
off drill. I'm
going-
driving home now.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least we're not just going for milk and cigarettes.
I should state, Timber,
Honestly, Temple probably might like that.
Timber, just so you're aware, I don't know how soon you're going to get home, but we are ending session in less than an hour.
Yeah, I'm just here to hang out. It's gonna take me an hour to drive.
All right. Well, then, by all means, enjoy the session. But Moriarty happily he lifts the little thing of beer and it's like, all right, I'll follow you then.
So the last thing I need to do in town is what's the conversion rate of gold to copper?
Should be 100 copper to 1 gold.
All right, I'm going to convert 10 gold into 1,000 copper at the Trade Authority if they'll let me.
All right. 1 second. It seems as though after 800 copper, they run out.
Oh, that works for me.
There is a church
So
that you
41.
could go to.
I am not going to freaking fleece the church of all their copper. However, I'm going to take that big bag of copper coins. I'm going to hand that to Octo and say, "Here, now your dragon has a horde."
Попель, ты воришься, попель маленький. Тебе немного тебе воровать нет.
Aw,
That's
thank
adorable.
you.
Just because Rose has a lot of issues getting along with the crewmates doesn't mean that she's going to extend that frustration to the pets. Also,
Well,
with
because of
dragons,
that,
it's good to get in a dragon's good graces early.
Well, because of that, we'll go ahead and undo what we did to you. And then
did
he
you
walks
do?
away.
Do they sell tinfoil hats in town?
I don't think tinfoil's been invented yet.
I don't believe so either. Though there
I
are
would
rings
tell
of...
ya. You can get a helmet and paint it with lead.
Yes.
Or Tanya, you could use the image of the rabbit that you had before the game.
Greaves does sell a ring of mental protection.
And how much would that cost? More than I have, probably.
Probably just the lucky rabbit's foot.
Well, you've got 2 of those.
I need them. Also, on a purely technical basis, they aren't rabbit's feet; they are deer feet. I got hooves.
Oh, well then I guess we're gonna have to take away that ability from you.
I will kill you in your
Lead bucket it is.
lead bucket. No, a lead line
Yeah, that
bucket.
works.
There we go. It is the ultimate device. It is a helmet. It is a weapon. It is a cutting torch.
I mean,
How is a bucket a cutting torch?
Ask Timber.
With faith, anything is possible.
Fair.
you're more than welcome to go for any of this stuff. But they can just push their magic up underneath it.
Or you could bribe the other to talk to the Martens. The other accepts fish.
Well, I'm not gonna bother getting fish in town because we have fish at home.
I have a DM reroll. Not sure what I'm going to use it to reroll on, but thank you, Jaffer.
Now, are we going to take Moriarty back to the cove and...
I've got no reason not to.
He is carrying the beer.
Rum.
So that's
Alcohol.
where the rum's gone.
What, you don't always keep rum on hand?
Well, I mean, typically, yes, but I don't know if you've noticed or not, but our ragtag group is, kind of struggling and getting by with what we can. Also, apparently, the pirates were out of rum. I
Of
don't know
course
why the rum
pirates
is
are
always
gone.
gone, but the rum is always gone.
Because they always drink the rum.
But why is the rum always gone?
Because they drank the rum. I
Well,
don't
why
think you
is the rum
understand.
gone?
Pirates get rum. They drink the rum is gone.
Well, that's why you get more rum, so that you have
Exactly.
rum.
But when they get more rum, then they drink the rum.
And then the rum is gone.
Exactly.
Why is the rum always gone?
Because you drink the rum.
Because output is higher than input. Jeez, the rum can't. The rum supplies can't hold up to the attrition rates. Don't you guys know anything about siege warfare?
I believe that would be Timber's interjection as well. Like, well, as
Okay,
you can
that's
see
worthy
here,
of a
your
clip.
supply lines are actually suffering from entropy because you're maintaining an insufficient stock. You're just everyone's just like, what the hell? Since when does he get polysyllabic?
Timber's gonna walk up to Leggett Lanius and make him stand down by talking to him.
Okay, to be fair, like Lanius, if you're referring to the character I think you're referring to, Timber would just pick him up and go, no, bad.
That is a Fallout New Vegas reference.
Okay, yeah, it was the person I was thinking of. He's the one that you interrogate, right?
No, he's the one that you at the end of the game. He's the final boss, and you can literally speech check him out of.
Oh yeah,
100
that one.
speech.
Yeah, Timber would just pick him up. No, you know what Timber would do? He'd be like, "That is a nice helmet, but you are a bad man." Also,
But if
sucks.
you
Sword. The Timber grabs his big sword and goes, "Nice knife."
Also sucks. You can loot that
You call
helmet.
that a knife?
but- Yeah, you can loot that helmet, and it has fully fleshed out stats and everything, but you only get to wear it for like 10 minutes before the game literally ends.
more like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's literally put helmet on, walk out gate, and game over.
Yeah. It's like, what the frick's the point, you know?
Anyways. So yeah, you all
It's a
take
temporary war trophy.
you all decide to take Moriarty back. You are able to either, I assume, recast the water walk that Tiberius would have, or you can go on land this time, though you will need to figure out a way to climb down into the cove, as it does have a sort of open ring around the top of it that you can come down into,
Overhang.
which is how Tiberius got in the first time. Also, Tiberius has been holding his shell for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, what is the deal with the shell? Tiberius?
It summons crabs.
That's the last thing we need right now.
You ever
He's
think
just staring at
maybe-
Roselia.
Maybe you should, like, not pick up random magical artifacts. I think that maybe that might have something to do with the endless stream of crabs that we have been encountering since we arrived.
Probably.
This is why we throw magical items into the Empress's vault so no one can touch them.
And then hope that no two of those magical items collide and cause unforeseen effects.
That's why the vault doesn't open very much.
It is just an endless expanse of wild magic. Pure chaos on the inside.
I just imagine she opens the vault, they're screaming, and
Timber, you are breaking out.
Oh my goodness.
Breaking up.
Uh,
Breaking out.
You're
I was
breaking
about to
out
make
in
a nervous
robots.
start, too.
Dancing.
I think
I probably have bad net. I'll be quiet.
No, there it goes. You're back. You're back now.
I am driving.
We are very
Yeah,
much
post-
aware you are driving. We can hear the screams
I'll-
from all
I'll-
of
I'll
the
just be quiet.
pedestrians from here.
It's very nice. I got this battle wagon. It's a horseless carriage, and it has very good melee damage. And the blood splatter, I pull this lever, and it just clears it up.
I have it posted in the Ascent to Ascend chat.
Also, battle horn.
Fortunate Son
Oh
intensified.
dear.
Wait, no, Fortunate Crab.
The D&D game has been hijacked by the crabs. At some point, I'm going to have to ask you all for your crab sona.
Yeah, I'm getting a video on the crab sauna.
Crab Sona sounds like a really weird exotic drink.
Crab soda.
Tastes like Alaskan. Anyways, on your way back, do you guys choose to go the water route, or do you choose to go through overland?
Well, if he's willing to expend a second water walking spell.
I've only got 2/3 level slots. I don't know. It depends. Are we likely to have combat between now and reaching the ship?
You didn't when you first traversed, but I guess that depends on the traversal check.
Look, I'm well rested. If we run into any trouble, I'll just chromatic orb the crap out of it. It's fine.
There, I've updated the donation goal.
No, what have you updated it to? Twin crab. Alaskan king red crabs or blue apio crabs? I did already say Alaskan, so Alaskan king red crabs.
No, we'll leave that up to whoever completes that goal.
Okay. Okay, whoever completes the goal can choose the crab, I guess.
Anyways, so if he's willing, then we just go that way. If he's not, then whatever method to repel into the thing.
And I guess it's also that we have an opportunity for a long rest when we get back.
That's completely up to the party. I should state most of the crabs that you guys have seen so far are more in the Portunidae family, if that means anything to any of you. They're the more flatter looking sandwich crabs.
Tanya, send slap stickers on the screen. Help us get more stickers.
I wanted to fill the cup. It's raining muxies.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
Yep.
See,
Feed
now the cup is
Marten.
full. He has a snack.
Oh no.
So
In response to Odd Socks, the Marten twins are more than happy to take a long rest.
Okay, then I use water walk.
Speaking of sandwich crabs, I love sandwiches.
A boop is 1,000 bits? Ah, you really don't like boops.
Though the generic stickers are set up for temporarily until we unlock all of the sticker slots. It's basically the generic ones are all set up for higher cost So that way, those that want to give a whole lot in one go can just redeem one of those, and it gets us much closer.
So you're saying the boops are only temporary?
Oh no, the cost will be lowered once we unlock all of the slots.
So they're infinite boops then.
Well, there is one sticker.
Oh, don't you tempt me.
It's an F in chat. Yes. Keep going. Go further.
I'm doing it.
Go beyond. Anyways. We do have a return traversal check. Does anyone want to step up for that traversal check? And also, have we defined whether or not you guys are going on the water or on the land?
On the water.
Okay. Who wishes to make this traversal check?
What would be used for it?
Any... Yeah, you can use any skill as long as you can argue it and make it seem reasonable to me. That is that is how traversal checks work.
Ah.
And also, Rosalia cannot make another traversal check today because she's already made one.
So I can use survival?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Well, to be fair, since I'm traversing the same terrain that I already traversed before, it'd just be a matter of retracing my steps, right?
Oh. Okay, I thought it didn't work, but then it did. So take your pick.
To be fair, retracing your steps on water is very hard to do.
Yeah.
It was proficient, so...
Yeah, not to mention your hoof prints are all backwards, so yeah. And and they're washed away. They're washed away, don't forget that.
Would you even leave prints in on the water?
No.
Well, I mean, just use chromatic orb for ice damage, and then you can leave footprints in the water.
Bet the ice would slide.
Yeah.
Then it just floats away.
You wouldn't really need water walking then.
The water's always moving.
Tiberius, go ahead and give me a d6.
D6.
All right. You take your time. It seems as though maybe a bit of high tide has potentially come in. So the water level does seem a bit more, it just seems a bit higher, a little bit rougher. So it's a little bit harder to keep your footing. That being said, you are rather adept at walking on water yourself. It's mainly the rest of the party that follows along. So it takes you closer to 50 minutes rather than the 40 it took the first time around. That being said, you all do seem to make it somewhat safely back. At this point, you are noticing that it is starting to get into the afternoon. The sky is starting to, it's that point. The sun's at that point in the sky where the sky is starting to change color, but it's not so low that it's technically sunset.
It's low noon.
Right now, oh yeah, that's right. I was about to ask about the boat, and I just remembered why it's X'd out. Never mind.
Yep. We technically do not have a thing for your boat yet.
And as we go into the cave, there's going to be a ping to Rose.
Yep. Well, I think she specified not you guys will set up the thing.
Well, actually, I had abandoned the idea of that entirely. But since it was up in the air and I didn't actually clarify that I wasn't going to do it, I will say that, yeah, I had done that.
Also, presumably that would only be if you walked across the middle of the opening, too.
Yeah. if you're hugging the walls, then because what she would have done, since it's limited to a 20-foot cube for the defined area, she would have just defined a 20-foot line or 20-foot wall, I guess. That's in the middle of the entryway, the most
That works.
likely area for a boat to go through.
Fair enough.
And it only lasts an hour, so I think it would have actually expired by now.
Ah.
Wait, no,
Well,
sorry,
yeah.
no, it lasts 8 hours. It lasts 8 hours. I'm stupid.
Well, then you could still have it up if you wanted to, or of course, at any point you can dismiss it because it is a spell.
Yes. It's inconsequential at this point, anyways. We would have set
Yes.
it off either way.
All right, so you all come back in, and Timber, what are you doing? If you can still hear us, if you can still talk.
Let's see. Where did you leave them? At the cove?
Yeah, you were left at the cove. You have the 4 prisoners with you. That side of that's really all that's going on.
Let's see. What would Timbo be doing?
There's talk of a trial.
There was talk of a trial.
Yeah, because I literally have no idea what's going on.
So the rest of the party went back to town to pick up Beer and Moriarty so that he could take the ship and start his cartography. Because you guys had prisoners, they decided to leave you behind to watch the prisoners for now. Though there was in fact talk of a trial for the prisoners.
Yeah, the 2 Martens wanted to be the judges. Specifically, the 2 Martens wanted to just execute the prisoners, but Rose was like, that's kind of evil, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll give them a trial first. We'll give them a fair trial, followed by their execution.
Alright, so Jimbo's left alone with the prisoners. Are they all like tied up and stuff, or?
Depends on if you tie them up.
We prefer free range prisoners.
Temple would be following him around, spewing all the propaganda about how joining the Imperium is the only way to salvation, and you'll get to see the world, and you won't get, killed.
We just come back
by the Imperium.
We just come back.
Possibly.
3 of them are crying. The 4th one has committed suicide.
It is a chance for glory in service of the goddess Empress.
One of them asks if the Empress is single.
That is a very good question. But I mean, she's the Empress. She can probably have all the stuff she wants because she's the boss. She's the biggest.
I like to imagine that the Empress is just like a centimeter taller than the tallest Wolven, and therefore that's why she's the one in charge.
Well, isn't the Empress actually a vixen?
Can you say that again, Rose? Yeah, she's a kitsune.
Oh, yes.
The Empress isn't single. She is the Empress!
Relationship terminology doesn't apply. So that's what Timber was doing the whole time that we were gone? Was just trying to indoctrinate them?
He's fan-wolfing about the Empress.
You can easily do that for 2 hours, I'd say.
Yo, definitely. Hey, Timber! Go on.
We're all good?
To answer Wilk Zek's question in chat, I do not believe it's a Star Wars reference. I think it's technically more of a 40K reference.
I can't see the chat.
Hey, Timber. Now,
hello, my crew.
Don't mean to interrupt your sermon, but I couldn't help but notice that you were really upset that there wasn't any rum. So since we were heading out towards the town,
Well, no,
anyway,
is this say that he loses his happy to see you, and he's like, yes,
I got us. I
am very upset about that.
I picked up a pin barrel in town.
Moriarty heps up the barrel. Also, Moriarty is here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, the fox is back.
Oh, hello, Moriarty.
What do you mean I am back? I never went anywhere.
Weren't you gone for a while? I might
No,
be
I-
misremembering things.
He is very sneaky.
I disappeared on the boat because I went invisible, but after that I broke y'all out, and then
Invisible things
decided-
don't exist. Wait, you broke us out? I don't
Oh,
remember this.
wait!
Was I unconscious?
Moriarty is
You
back?
were.
Yeah, I kind of stuffed you in my rucksack when you fell asleep.
It's so good to see you again, Moriarty. You've been gone so long.
Okay,
It's been
so
such a long time.
All right,
Moriarty.
this is y'all are
Oh.
fucking gaslighting me.
No, okay, they might be, but in my case, actually, I was supposed to
you-
only be meditating for like 10 minutes, but
Timber-
Sharon called in a debt, and I was like stuck in Tartarus for a really long freaking time. Thankfully, apparently it was only a day topside, but I'm a little bit confused on what happened during that time period.
So y'all were captured. When y'all were getting captured, I decided to go invisible because fucking around with the Imperium.
That is a wise choice.
I used my hat as disguise self to disguise myself as an Imperium guard, and was basically just able to figure out what I needed to do and say to get you guys out of there, and I got y'all an opening, and y'all escaped the ship nice and stealthy-like. No thanks to Gar.
What did Gar do?
I was going to go challenge the captain.
The Wolven captain.
Yeah.
So
Well, Lieutenant Admiral, but
so like
basically
Timber,
the captain.
like Timber, but able to count higher than 8.
Like Timber, but smart.
That's what I said.
No, you said able to count higher than 8.
I mean, Wolven, Wolven officers don't become officers because they're not good at, I don't know, not dying in combat.
Well, not dying in combat is a venerable trait for soldiers.
Would be kind of a prerequisite, though.
Yeah, with Wolven attrition rates, the fact that a Wolven is been around long enough to be an officer means he's dead old.
What are your qualifications? I've been on the front lines for 3 years and I'm still alive. You're hired.
Basically.
You're promoted.
Yeah.
Really, the Wolven work off Call of Duty rules. After enough kills, you get a promotion.
Basically. Wait, that's not how you guys do it?
Okay, so checking off the list here. Kobolds, they each got a gold piece. The dragon has his little hoard. Timber's got his booze. Librarian. Did he ever get those shelves? What? I'm stockpiling good deeds right now. Leave me alone.
As far as you can tell, the librarian never got his shelves.
As soon as we get on the ship, the Marten twins are once again kidnapping Tiberius.
Tiberius,
And-
you are being hefted up by the Marten twins. Do you resist?
Hey, where'd that bomb go?
I mean, that was intended for Sea of Thieves, Toshime.
Well, they're actually.
But I suppose I can accept that for this if Moriarty
Um,
does.
There's a case
I
of
mean,
dynamite, is there not?
There is
Rose,
TNT that can be
Rose doesn't
brought
know about
aboard
it.
the ship.
Rose doesn't know about it, but Octo and Octo would.
They would.
Okay. They have added it to the ship.
Can I roll
All right.
perception to see them loading the dynamite?
Now the question is, which dynamite? The one in the upper right-hand corner of the map, or the one inside the building?
Temple did say, "Don't touch the angry sticks," until Rose got around.
And that's why I'm asking.
Rose
would
is
Rose see
around
them
now,
loading it?
so I don't know. Make a perception check.
I will find a way to discipline you.
I made a perception check to see if I could spot the Martens coming.
Chat, I
Radar
need
Bunny
a
sees
reroll.
everything. Radar
No.
Bunny sees everything. Radar Bunny sees everything.
Not Octa.
You just by default have advantage on everything, don't you? Because you get
Why are
two dice
you-
rolls.
Why are you rolling perception?
Oh, good point.
Damn it.
I rolled perception to see the Martens coming.
Oh, come
So
on!
like it,
Oh my god.
Oh no!
So Octo is perfectly stealthing, and then Acta trips over the boards. And there's just
Right,
a
well-
loud clunk. Strangely enough, even though Octo is still holding the other end of the box, no one sees Octo. Everyone's too distracted by Acta.
so wait, they're at the box and not... What?
They're not
so they're
grabbing you yet because a card was played. So
So
Those two are a cartoon skit.
the two Martens are basically
Okay.
walking the box across the dock. One of them trips and falls. The other one's still holding the other end, but no one sees them. They only see Acta. So everyone is probably liable to assume that Acta alone was trying to move the box onto the ship.
Problem. They never do anything alone.
Well, you don't see the other one.
as the box continues moving.
Either way, recognizing that it's a freaking box of dynamite, Rose would be coming over.
All right. You move over to the box of dynamite and Acta.
Rosalia, give me a intelligence saving throw.
Oh my god. Oh, that was almost a 1.
The DC
What's
was
the DC?
16. They are using occluded mind on you.
Go ahead and
You
read that off for
don't
us.
see anything. As an action, you target one creature you can communicate with via telepathy. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target believes one statement of your choice for the next 5 minutes that you communicate to it via telepathy. The statement can be up to 10 words long, and it must describe you or a creature or an object the target can see. On a successful save, the target is unaffected, and you can't use this ability on it again until you finish a long rest. A creature is immune to this ability if it is immune to being charmed.
See, I'm just gonna have to
All right.
start. After I level up, I'm gonna have to start investing in defenses against the psionics, because this is happening at regular intervals at
A
this point.
steadfast supporter.
And Octo, you specifically say you don't see anything?
Exactly. 2 rows.
All right.
Monkey's paw.
Spell doesn't take effect.
Wait, what?
It had to be target specifically saying the Martens.
Wait, what?
The way it was written, it has to be saying something in the way the Martens or Tanya.
You know, there's a delicious irony
Guys.
to this.
Guys. Oh, sorry.
There's a delicious irony to this, in that in the video of the previous session, I distinctly recall Zim going, "Now I have to be really careful about how I word this because I only have so many words to use."
But it says you need to describe target, right?
Yes, and she can see them up
Wait,
until
no.
this is used.
Actually, I do have to go lawyer on this. When he said you don't see anything, anything would have been the object, meaning she was completely blind.
Yes.
Okay, see, I was thinking that at first, but then I realized I forgot he said you. See, I thought this had to be you don't see us, and that would have worked. But
you don't see anything, and that was blindness.
Yeah.
How long does the effect last?
Unless
5
there was
minutes.
somebody around here called anything.
There's not any.
Damn, where did he go?
There's
Is any of
no.
the crabs named anything? I don't need your pity claps.
So she could see, but now she cannot.
Well, she doesn't know. Technically, it's not even that she can't see; it's that she thinks she can't see.
Exactly.
So Rosalia, you look Timber in the eye, and you're like, Timber, I can't see anymore. As you walk perfectly fine down the boardwalk.
Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
What does Temple see?
You see.
If I don't believe that I can see, I'm not gonna keep freaking walking. There's water nearby.
But you can see. You just think you can't.
This is cognitive dissonance.
It's a weird cocktail that has been presented. Yes.
So while Rosalia is distracted with that, the Marten
Resolving a
twins
massive
are
inner
storing the
conflict.
TNT in in Rosalia's cabin.
To be fair, everyone else has can also react to this as well. Timber asked what he sees, and Timber, you did also see. You saw Acta trip over, fall nearly on their face, with a jostle the TNT box. Just Acta.
Temple sees Acta with the box.
Octo is nowhere to be seen, even remotely.
Yeah, no, he sees one of them though.
Yep, you definitely see one of them.
Which one?
Gar?
I don't see anything.
Gar?
Acta or Octa?
That is
Gar,
difficult because,
Okay,
we both
hold on.
crit
Gar?
fail.
Gar, you see Acta. You literally see Acta, and you're like, huh. And then you see something shiny and you're distracted. You see them, because you're even with a critical natural 1, your modifier is higher. So you do see them, but then you're immediately distracted.
Oh my god.
And you're like, oh shit, is that gold in the sand?
Temple sees one of the Marten twins with the box.
Can we just appreciate...
The Martens are moving around, yeah, I see that, but I have to get this ship ready for...
Can we just appreciate that out of the last 6 dice rolls, that 4 of them have been a critical in one direction or the other?
I have to get this ship ready for Moriarty.
Also, there's a weird lump in the sand. That might be treasure.
So it's Acta and Octa, right?
What lump? What sand? There's nothing.
Oh, only Gar sees it.
It's special.
Okay.
And anyways, which Marten twin does Temple see?
You see Acta.
Acta?
Octo is completely invisible.
Alright. Acta! What are you doing with the box?
Well, we've got it's like this ethereal force is just wanting us to bring this aboard. We can't resist.
Specifically told you not to touch the angry sticks until Rose figured out what to do with the angry sticks.
You know,
No,
just because
you
I can't
said
say
until
anything doesn't mean
Rose
I
was
can't hear
around
everything
and-
you guys are saying.
You said, well, actually, I mean, you cannot hear them because they're directed directly to Timber.
You can hear Timber though.
Yeah, you can
But
hear
isn't
Timber.
Wouldn't Timber be replying out loud?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would. Because he's Timber.
But anyways,
Yeah.
you specifically said not to touch them until Rose was around. Rose is around now, so we're bringing them aboard.
Do not lower me!
Do not what?
Do not lower me!
Lawyer.
Also, Gar, as you check the lump in the sand, it's just a crab that seemed to have burrowed. The moment you unearth it, it scuttles into the water.
Okay.
That I don't know much about such things. All I know was I was specifically told on when the pioneers were around not to touch the angry sticks.
Angry six.
I would
So that is
prefer
dynamite.
I would prefer Roselia, since she's really good at tinkering her stuff, to figure out the best way to get that on the ship without, I don't know, blowing a big old hole in our ship. Whatever force is trying to get you to take that, I will not stand for.
Also, question: how long would going to land to get the angry sticks and then bringing them back take? Because the water walking spell was 50 minutes when we actually reached the cove. So, yeah.
Also, how long does the blindness last?
5 minutes. We said that
Oh boy.
5 times.
Didn't hear.
Right,
I was more
so-
focused on the indignation.
Well, it took you guys a solid 50 minutes to get here, so you guys have 10 minutes of water walking left. And this was basically the first thing that they've done, so I'd say approximately when Rosalia's blindness wears off is going to be about the same time the water walking wears off.
Right.
Can I?
Temple will tell Octo very carefully, put the box down and step away from it.
Would you mind?
It is dangerous.
Would you mind if I rolled an arbitrary luck roll here?
What for?
Rose? For whether or not she wandered into the water while blind.
I'll let you first give me a perception check.
Oh, but that's my specialty.
Hearing based.
Wait, you said hearing based?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I can hear the water. All right, so I get a second roll.
She can probably,
Yay.
with how smart she is, she can probably use Temple's location to, because he's so loud.
Yeah, you can.
I just rolled a 25, so apparently I can hear the molecules in the water.
No. There is enough sound here. You have large enough ears that yes, you are blind, and that definitely like throws you enough for a loop. But you can definitely hear the water beneath you. When you step, you can hear the creaking of the boards, which helps you get a general area for where it might be safe.
You have a seeing eye crab.
What's one of the unfortunate downsides of
You
having
can
hooves?
echolocation off of Temple's armor.
So one of the unfortunate downsides of having hooves is that you can't actually feel the terrain all that well.
You can't feel the terrain, but you can hear it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like you step, you hear the creaks, and because of like wood, because it like creaks, you can kind of almost, because of where the creaking is emanating, it would either be emanating from the middle of the board or where like the nail it's nailed down. So that kind of helps you get a generalized, okay, it's here, even though that there is the background noise of the waves and it kind of echoes a little bit, but you rolled really well hearing, really good hearing, so that does help you from falling into the water. If you want to roll that luck roll now, by all means go ahead.
Well, if the luck was about whether or not she just randomly wandered into the water, but if we're going by perception, then
Yeah, but go ahead and roll that luck roll anyway.
oh boy.
All right, Rosalia. So while your vision is hindered, you do feel something.
Like my foot hit something?
No, like there's something on your leg, and it's crawling up you.
I would like to cast Shocking Grasp. Range
Okay.
is touch. It doesn't necessarily have to be my hand.
Okay.
It's on touch, so there's no like avoiding it, right? Just flat damage.
Yeah.
No, you do still have to roll to actually attack.
You do.
Yeah, it doesn't say that you need to be able to see it, so...
Well, I know exactly where it's at. It's touching my leg.
Well, some spells do specify you need to be able to see them, see the target, which while you can kind of see it, it's a matter of whether your mental facilities would register, yes, I can see this to cast the spell on it.
Lightning springs from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch. So it specifies that you are in physical contact with it.
I know, I just said it does not say that you need to be able to see it, so you're good.
Yeah, you're saying it didn't say sight, but it does say touch.
Yes.
We're just literally making sure arguing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but I like arguing. So should I even bother rolling damage?
Oh no, it will instantly kill.
And now, war is declared.
Only way that happened is if war were declared. What's that siren? War were declared.
Tiberius, you feel the conch glow.
Another loyal devotee.
Uh-oh.
I haven't even had a drink yet. And I feel the day is already soured.
Tiberius, roll Arcana real quick.
Roll a what?
Arcana.
Arcana, right.
Wait a minute. Your joke about seeing eye crab, is that why there was a crab running up my leg?
Yeah, good question.
Doesn't matter. Outcome would have been exactly the same. I'm just curious.
It doesn't matter. Anyways, Tiberius, that Arcana check is well enough to tell you that the magical effect of the conch has changed.
Huh.
Joke.
What's it do now?
With that Arcana check is not high enough to tell how it has changed. As far as you can tell, though, it still summons crabs.
Okay.
If you blow into it.
Okay.
Anyways, Timber, you were doing something with Octo and Acta?
Yeah, Tim was gonna ask where his brother is, and I just ask him to gently put the angry sticks down until we can figure out a safe way to move them.
By the way, is Octo still moving with the box of dynamite?
Yes, Octo is still carrying the box of dynamite.
All right, Timber, the box of dynamite is no longer there.
Where's your brother?
Over there? He doesn't gesture anything, he just says, mentally, over there.
Why is effect fog cloud being given to Tiberius?
He had some bad food for lunch.
All right.
Oh,
Temple
sorry,
will.
chilling.
Temple will try to pick up Ecto.
It's
Acta?
technically Acta.
Oh, I can't see their names, so it's kind of hard to keep. The Marten twin he can see.
Fair.
Does he allow Temple to pick him up?
Are you doing it aggressively?
Temple's just trying to motion his hand out, come with me.
He will follow.
The question is,
Actually,
is the
you know
Marten
what? It's more. It's not really a grab, but more like he's holding his hand out.
Okay. Acta will jump up and cling to his arm.
All right, take me to where your brother's at. We need to find that box.
I'll go ahead and get you a few tankards ready, Moriarty says as he hefts the barrel over to where the cups are. As he's just been sitting here during all of this.
Get me 8. Get me 8.
I'll see if they have 8. And he moves inside the building.
Oh, bucket.
You know what? I'll just try to pry open the top of this barrel.
Thank you. The Temple will go looking for the Marten and the box.
Acta is confused.
Where do you start looking? You are by the dock. The Brigandine is nearby, and of course there is the water that goes to the ship. Though you currently are not affected by water walking.
Where is your brother?
On the way to Rose's cabin.
Can you contact him and tell him not to have that box on the ship?
Well, you see, there's this ethereal force influence that just I can't do that.
So you're telling me that some strange magic is forcing one of my crew members to do something that Timbo slaps him up on his shoulder, and he tries to dive for the boat.
And Boo! You forgot Boo!
Oh
no. Here comes more.
Oh!
Yeah, what you have to realize is that Acta is
what?
Cancel the last card played.
Toshime canceled their card.
Yep.
So
you have to realize that Acta is subject to chaotic hexes and tribulations, or chat for short.
Okay, I need to get used to this Streamlabs.
I'm just Temple basically is worried that his crew members are in danger.
To be fair, Odsocks, most of these would not actually normally impact the tabletop games, except for the sound effects and such. But
right,
this one technically would have worked.
Right. So, but if it's canceled, then what?
Toshime canceled the bring the TNT onto the ship card.
So is it just
So that way they
So
would.
he doesn't need to anymore.
Yeah. We don't have to bring it on board anymore.
So they can just go, oh, okay, fine.
Right.
Oh wait, I can suddenly stop. Okay, we're no longer taking it on the ship.
Hey Zim,
Yes.
high or low?
Oh no.
Low.
All right.
Oh no.
How are you moving these? How was Octo moving these dynamite?
Combination of telekinesis and physically carrying it.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
they can walk on 2 legs like man.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Proceed.
And Octo is going to gently lower it down and probably somewhere on the dock.
All right. It is
Why
lowered
not?
down.
Right after Timbo dives into the water, worried about his crew.
Timber is in fact walking under the water as he did before. The Timber, you do realize a problem
Yes.
as you walk under the water underneath the boat. You
Yes.
don't really know how you can get up to it.
The anchor is down, correct?
Uh,
There are sharp rocks all around. That anchor would be down.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the anchor's down. Yep.
As
Then
Timber
I have a
tries
way
to
up.
climb the anchor and then just flips the
The
boat.
whole ship starts slowly tilting as the line goes taut.
Actually, do we even have an anchor on the ship?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would.
All ships have anchors.
Well, yes, but our
I know
ship is there was literally nothing like that left on the ship when we got it. Like
No, we
rope or
had an
anything.
ankle because Temple tried to pick it up once and it was too heavy for him,
Oh right.
and we kept dropping it. So I know for a
I-
fact we have an ankle.
I would say the ship does have an anchor that can be easily lowered and raised via capstan.
Okay.
Temple gets out of the water. Clunk flump, and he like walls onto the ship. All right.
Acta is
Just
still
a
just
flash.
casually sitting on Timber's shoulder,
Has it been 5 minutes?
adjusting to keep from being squished.
I'd say about.
Temple does a whole wall thing and he just runs on top of Temple like he's a barrel.
Yep.
Okay, finally. Oh my. First off, if you ever do that again, we're going rounds. Second, where's the dynamite?
On the dock.
Oh, she was asking them that, but
Oh.
if the dynamite's in plain open view.
It should
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Octo and Acta are now running off to get Tiberius.
Right. I rolled a perception check earlier
What for?
to see if Tiberius could see the Marten twins coming.
Coming where? Oh yeah,
Well-
that's right. They were going to go grab Tiberius.
Yeah.
Are they still doing that?
They're going to again now.
All right.
Again.
Well, are they sneaking about it?
No, they're very obvious.
All right, you see them. You don't even need to roll.
Rose is going
All
to
right, in that case.
Rose is going to inspect the dynamite to see if any of it is sweating or damaged.
The dynamite would be lightly sweating.
Oh boy.
Damn it. In that case, I'd cast Fog Cloud. Send it on
You-
myself.
Tanya, you would say it's rather lucky that the dynamite has not exploded.
Well, there's only one good thing we can use this for. she's going to grab the nearest piece of cloth, so that it's a padded surface. There's no friction points.
Right.
And she's going to individually take sticks of dynamite, light them, and hurl them into the bay. Gonna use it for fishing.
All right. As you do this with a stick after stick, yeah. You give me just a flat 20 roll.
Oh, lovely. That's low as crap.
You see more dead crab bodies float up, and there seems to be a fish or two in there. It seems like you're mainly killing the crabs.
Then after just a couple of those, I'd be going to a different location. Or at least
Alright.
throwing towards a different location. How many
Timbo's
sticks
gonna
are there in
call.
total?
Real
Dungeon
quick.
Master?
Yep, we'll put.
Guys,
well,
can we
I'll
get back
put
to
you.
Tiberius
Yeah, I was-
and Marten's?
I was going to do that. Yes.
Okay.
Also, I'm home.
Yay.
Welcome home.
Right.
But
Tiber-
Timber, we're gonna. Everyone on pause. Tiberius and the Martens. Go.
Right. Since Tiberius sees them coming, casts fog cloud on himself and dives into the water.
Does
On the
fog
ship.
cloud. Okay.
That's kind of weird. Does that walk underwater?
I'm not
It works
underwater.
above the water. It works above the water before he dives.
Yeah.
We can't see which direction that he was going when he went in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes more sense now.
That's a clever idea. Clever idea indeed.
To be fair, if you're on the ship, you hear a splash, and you're probably on one side of the ship or the other, so. Logical
Yeah,
deduction.
they can.
It may be, but Tiberius is faster swimming.
Sometimes. Oh, right, that doesn't increase the speed. I thought it did. Actually. What is your speed? For swimming?
Trying to figure that out. Where do I actually put it? It depends on the Noble Wilds character thingy.
I assume either 30 or 40.
I thought you had that on your sheet.
It would be on main under speed.
Yeah, if you don't have it listed, when you do get the listed, go to your main tab and then under special move, make sure you list it. It's right beneath
Okay.
your AC initiative and speed.
40 feet swimming.
Right.
He moves faster in the water than I do on land. It's horrifying.
Right.
Also, you don't have your normal speed listed.
Where do you put your normal speed?
Right next to your initiative.
On the main tab.
Yep.
That's the
To
initiative.
edit that,
You click the little loop that's left of your AC.
the magnifying glass.
Yep.
The initiative
Oh,
is on the
okay.
main tab of your sheet. It's right directly in the middle. It's INIT.
Right.
I think he sees where it is.
Your base, your move, your walk speed is 35 feet.
Oh. I would have thought it would be just a normal 30 for an otter.
Actually, that is a good point. No, because the quadruped thing, that typically makes it a little bit faster. Most quadrupeds are 40 feet or more, and so he's technically slower than other quadrupeds, but still faster than two-leg.
Gotcha.
Two-leggers.
You call me.
The Martens, you are definitely faster than the Martens normally. However, they do have an ability where they can match your speed in the water.
Alright.
But you also have a head start, and theirs does not last forever.
You can keep pace.
So what you're saying is that you've got a mission timer.
Dun 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 dun.
They're gonna send out a telepathic message. We just want to show you the nest.
Tiberius gets bored and decides to go fishing.
Go ahead and roll me survival.
See how many crabs you find. Ooh.
Tiberius, you find some rather nice large fish, like a tuna.
Nice.
It will be slightly difficult to take down, but with a natural 20 like that, you can probably dispatch it, no problem. The bigger issue is probably going to be trying to get it back to the ship. It's a very big fish.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be too terribly many other fish around.
Lost for the duration.
What?
Alright. Okay, yeah, so just trying to figure out Bog Cloud. If we sent it, would it stay on the ship when I was on the ship?
Assuming it's some sort of let me read the spell, because normally you can just... Yeah, it's a concentration. You can just dismiss it whenever.
But I mean, would it just... It wouldn't follow me. That's what I'm saying.
It's one action, casting, you create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. So you made a 20-foot sphere of fog somewhere in 120 feet.
It would not follow
Yeah,
you.
centered on me. Right.
No, it's centered on a point you choose. It does not follow you.
Yeah.
Right.
It lasts for the duration or until the wind of moderate or greater speed, 10 miles per hour, disperses it. So yeah,
Okay.
it stayed in place. And
Okay.
because it's concentration, you could have just dismissed it whenever.
Alright. Fish. What the fuck?
Metal Gear Solid music. Blurp by Tanya.
That's really freaking loud.
Sorry.
Gotta turn Zim down. Yeah, you have a giant tuna that's basically bigger than you are.
And you said you had to go about now? It's been over an hour since you said.
Yeah, basically, but I've got a little bit of time that we can do for small stuff like this.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and wrap this up. And Timber had a question too, so I'll try to answer real quick. So what do you do with the giant tuna that you now have?
He just clicked roll.
Fair enough.
So I'm here.
You're good.
I could tell. You were staring at me for a couple seconds.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the must anyways, let's see. Dungeon Master?
Putting you on pause.
Oh, okay.
Putting you on pause. Tiberius, do you try to move this giant tuna back to the ship while you're being actively chased?
The Martens did not chase after him.
Okay. Well, then you just have a giant tuna. The Martens have offered to show you the
no.
nest.
Oh no. Where is he currently in the water?
Far off, far out enough that your dynamite would not affect him.
Okay.
Or the
In
giant tuna.
between dynamite throws, he just floats up to the surface. Shit.
There are no fish near the ship because of all the dynamite being thrown. You have scared off the fish.
Oh, but it stopped after no more surfacing.
You basically caught one.
Oh, and a bunch of crabs.
And a lot of crabs.
Yeah.
You can cook crabs.
You can.
Okay.
You can cook fish.
I will very carefully move the remaining dynamite to the shore, placing it between those two rocks that the one cannon is at.
Alright, thank you.
Placing it between where?
Those two rocks that one cannon's between.
Yes.
I'm gonna place it between those, so that way if it blows up, the blast will be directed upwards rather than outwards.
Gotcha.
It's explosive safety 101.
Alrighty. Timber, you may proceed. Jamba?
He had something IRL. I heard someone talking in the background.
All right. Well,
I was gonna say Tiberius tries to get the fish up.
Okay. You get the fish up.
And
It's-
what's it?
I just saw it. It kept muting me for some reason. I'm here.
All right. Tiberius, you get the fish aboard. You may skin it and eat it, or do whatever you like with it.
I cook it.
All right.
Yeah.
You would probably need to butcher it a little bit first because it's much too big for normal cooking implements.
And Rose is just going to deliver a crate of crabs to the kobolds. Either of you know how to cook?
One of them looks up at you and goes, "Cook? Why would you need to cook?"
I'm dealing with carnivores, I forgot.
You've got an order with produce flame. Which is what I do to the tuna.
The kobold inventor says, "I'm really good at making fire."
Good to know. Not helpful. I'm going to go ask the librarian if he has any cookbooks for seafood.
You ask the librarian. It responds to you in a language you do not understand.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to ask. Where are languages? I mean, how do you select them?
We'll attempt to gesticulate with the crab, and then with a whooshing of fire, and then eat, and book.
Oh, it's okay, Rosilli. I'm pretty sure the field manual has a way of cooking stuff.
The creature tries to shake its head. It does not seem to have cookbooks.
Odd socks to find your languages. Timber, we're getting a lot of clanking and stuff in your background. To find languages, I typically just do a Google search for D&D 5e languages.
Right.
I believe you get one from your background.
It
I
depends
got two
on the
from the background.
Yeah.
And then some are racial, and then you always know
Yeah.
common. And I'm pretty sure you
Actually,
can list.
For noble animals, they only have common if their intelligence is 10 or more.
So yeah, I have common.
Okay.
You should
He
have.
also has druidic.
Yeah, it's already in your abilities. You have common, druidic, high fauna, mustelid, and 2 of your choice, which you just wrote down as 2 of your choice.
Because
that was auto-added.
He needs to know what what all the languages available were. Gotcha. All right. Okay then. We'll go ahead and we'll end off with Timber. You wanted to do something?
Yes, I wanted to drink.
Well, as you hanker for alcohol, Moriarty seems to be in the main sort of room of the cabin, and it seems that he has, in fact, pried off the top of the barrel.
As the credits go out, Timbo lifts up his helmet and dunks his head into the barrel because he's so touchy.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh
no. Okay, last thing that I'm doing then, since Rose has no clue how to cook meat, she's never had to cook meat. So she's just going to empty a bucket of water into the crate of crabs and then cast chromatic orb on the water with a cold element. Just to put them on ice for now.
As you're preparing to do that, you do notice Tiberius is cooking fish.
Slow, dramatic head turn. You!
We produce flame.
You know how to process meat. Could you please process these into something slightly shelf stable?
What's a shelf?
Well, it's kind of... I kind of just threw a small fireball at the fish.
Okay, screw it. Going back to plan A. Preserving it with ice.
Oh, you're literally just throwing a fireball at the fish?
Chromat.
Yeah,
and that's what
produce
he
flame.
did, yes. And Rose, her method of preserving the crab is to cast chromatic orb on a bucket of water to get ice.
I thought that you didn't have access to chromatic orb yet.
No, it's identify that I don't have access to. I managed to get my hands on a diamond.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I've been hunting for a pearl this whole session.
To be fair, if you're using produce flame to cook the fish, you're still cooking it by rather normal means. Since I assume you're just holding it above your hand and you're just letting the fire slowly bring it to a boil.
Rose, you should ask Timbo about cooking.
You're the last person she'd ask about anything.
This is true. So yeah, just freaking as she
no.
goes in search. What?
He is the third to last person that that she would ask anything of.
Octo and Acta.
Yeah, first and second are Octo and Acta.
So yeah, just after preserving all the crabs, so now it's all frozen. Just goes over to where Timber's drinking to get a glass of rum and just I can't believe nobody on this ship knows how to cook seafood. You're all carnivores, aren't you?
Y'all don't know how to cook?
I know how to cook. And that Timbo balls.
Meanwhile, Tiberius is just nobbing on the tuna.
Moriarty, do you know how
Right?
to salt and jerk meats?
Well, not salt and jerk.
Not that kind of. Oh, males, of course.
Well, Zoe, cooking stuff is easy. You just get yourself a very big bucket. Then you throw the crabs in it. You fill it full of water. You put it to the Empress and boil the hell out of it.
That's boiling. I'm wanting to salt and jerk them so that we'll have rations in the future.
You want to salt and jerk crab?
Yes, that can be done, can't it? It's meat.
Not all meat is good for salted and jerking. Crab is
don't know.
particularly stringy.
Well, Zilia, I've experienced eating rations at sea, and not once have I ever received rations with crab in it.
Well, I wasn't specifically hunting crab. That's just what happened to float.
Why don't you just cook it up and serve it up?
Yeah, do.
I mean, we do have a door of chickens.
I had actually blocked that memory out because that was kind of horrifying.
You do have dwarf chickens?
Yeah, but it's delicious. And you get a free fight. It's awesome. It's like two of my favorite things put together.
If you want a free fight, then go and slaughter the goose.
Oh, now,
I didn't get
the
any
Cobra
gifts.
chicken watches over me while I sleep, and he is a very vigilant guard.
Who I forgot
yeah.
to get any gifts for. Crap.
He also
Produce
occasionally...
flames the cantrip. I forgot that.
Do geese eat crab?
I think so.
There will be times when the Cobra chicken directly tries to attack Timber's face, but because he wears a helmet all the time, it never successfully can.
You just hear bonk, bonk, bonk. 5 more minutes. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
So completely and totally defeated and humiliated. She's just going to go about preparing and eating some of the coconuts. Something that she does know how to do.
Yeah, you just cut it in half.
Well, no, first you drain them, otherwise the coconut milk just goes everywhere. And you want to make sure to store them before you break them, otherwise the thing will shatter. And then you want to heat it in order to, properly cure not rind. What's it called?
Why is it called coconut milk? It's more like water.
Delicious.
Why are you guys eating fuzzy cannonballs?
Yeah, you should
that
cook
is
them.
what
Tiberius just uses produce flame.
Because that is what herbivores eat, is stuff like this.
Don't worry,
Okay.
we're with you on that, Rosalia. And they're gonna have some coconut too. They just kind of manifested on either side of Tanya, and their paws are already inside her coconut shell, scooping out chunks of coconut.
Did you find any pineapple?
No.
Oh, I love pineapple.
I know. I love pineapple. Pineapple's good. There was no pineapple.
Pineapple's great.
He
got apple. Marten has apple.
Marten apple.
Mapple.
Mapple.
You want to eat it.
I got a pen. I got an apple.
No. No.
No.
Pen, pineapple, apple, pen.
What's an apple?
What? Time out. Do you not know what an apple is?
And we'll end it there with the party now learning that Timber has never seen what an apple is. I'm kidding. You can continue. That's not going to be our cliffhanger.
Do we have hold on? Do we have apples available? Also, wait, are you carnivore or omnivore? I'd hate to accidentally poison you.
I kind of just eat everything.
Omnivore. Okay, we need to find an apple. This can't stand.
I would
I mean,
like
apples
to
aren't that great.
I would like to point out that just because he eats everything does not mean that his digestive system can handle everything.
Hey, if you can keep it down, it counts. Besides, I've seen dogs eat grass. It's fine.
I mean, Temple is an omnivore. He just leans towards meat.
Dogs eat grass to expunge, though.
Yeah. Don't they actually eat it to like help with digestion or something?
No, they eat it to throw up, to get stuff out.
So it's like Epicac.
They're not cows and such. They don't get nutrients from it.
Oh, I
Specifically
I
because
didn't
their
mean to
system
imply that they
rejects it.
did.
I try not to eat grass. It's kind of really low to the ground, and my head's really high up off the ground.
Also
Are you
makes you
calling me
vomit.
short?
Yes.
How dare you?
So you've chosen death.
Woven enough to speak the truth, even if it means their death.
Huh.
I just realized something I did with my inventory. I was stupid. You said the coconuts are 1.5 pounds each, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that
Around
makes
there.
much more sense. I had accidentally put the coconuts as 18 pounds each rather than 18 pounds for all of them, and that's why I went over my carry limit. So I actually could have carried the pin barrel back.
If those coconuts are 18 pounds, I think we found a new cannonball.
No, mine. This is my dinner.
Not if the Martens get through with it.
The coconuts aren't 18 pounds, they're 1.5 pounds each.
Yeah, well, I thought I put in the weight total. I accidentally put that in as the weight per coconut.
As Rose is discussing this with everybody and then looks down to get more from her coconut, and the Martens are just sitting there with it all over their faces and paws, and it's completely empty.
Gonna take 2 coconut halves, put one on Octo's head, one on Octo's tail, and start squeezing. It's a magic trick.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
So,
I do have to get going myself, so is there anything else anyone needs to do, or are we good to wrap up?
Chuck.
Watching the captain get absolutely fucked up, I'm attempting to enjoy at least one of the coconuts that I collected. I'm continually amazed at just how cavernous the Martens' stomachs are.
And
Well, yeah, they've got their own bags of holding in them.
Gar was going to prep this other ship for Moriarty.
Alright.
Oh yeah, Moriarty, you can cook crabs, and you don't have a magical chicken door. Enjoy this crate of crabs. There, now
What?
check him off the list.
Okay. I mean, I guess you're right. Now that I think about it, you guys do have a magical chicken door, so that makes sense, I suppose.
r/brand new sentence. That makes sense. You have a magical chicken door.
Rose, if you had butter and that would be the best way for the crabs, just to have them be smoked over a fire.
See, this is stuff that I don't know because herbivore.
Anyways,
See, you know what is good?
All right.
What, smothered in butter and grilled.
if you
Okay.
guys want, you can continue roleplay by all means. But I do have to get going myself. So
Yeah,
it was
you gotta
good.
come do Sea of Thieves with me.
Well, if plans cancel on me, I gladly will. But as far as I'm currently aware, the plans are still in motion. So
Oh,
I
you
gotta
said
get
you were
going.
gonna do it tonight, but okay.
We did it. We did it. We did it last night.
But we were also gonna do it tonight as well. You said so last night.
I didn't say so last night. I said, well, I'll see how I feel.
Okay, you're right. Technically this morning.
Well, I shall pop. We'll see.
Bye.
We shall see.
Thanks, Moriarty.
Bye.
Bye. Well,
All right,
further than I'm
Dungeon
gonna hop out
Masters.
too.
God.
What was that, Odd Socks?
If the game's over, I'm gonna hop out too.
I mean, like you said, we can continue role-playing if people want to. I can handle
I'm
DM
up for
role
that.
for
Oh.
things.
Mm.
But
Actually,
I just
nobody
need-
needs to stay either.
Just need a long rest to get a spell back.
Oh, if we're gonna have a long rest between sessions, then I'll reset my spells. There we go.
Mm.
I mean, we can roleplay up to the long rest, and then, I mean, why not come back to waking up fresh and new with next session?
Quick question.
Right. Well,
I was just thinking about more utility uses for chromatic orb.
Anya?
If I were to what?
Odd Socks was going to say something.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I don't know. I was wanting to hop out anyway.
Alright.
Just want to make sure I could get the long rest.
Alright.
Alright,
We'll
see
see
ya.
ya.
Bye.
Chromatic orb. If I were to cast it as thunder element into a body of water, could that theoretically be used for dynamite fishing?
Trying to go. The problem is, we're probably going to say no, because the problem with something like that is, you know, we say yes to this particular non-combat scenario, and then a combat one comes up, and you try to use it, and it would be, you know, it's a matter of setting the precedent.
That and basically infinite ammo for dynamite fishing.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, actually, if you have the precedent that thunder would do more damage underwater, which, you know, stands to reason, or at least would be able to propagate through the water, because like lightning, you said that it would diminish over distance far too much to be effective.
Yeah.
So
If
thunder,
Rose wants to go fishing, all she needs to do is tie a marten to a rope and toss him into the water.
Technically, that would be an option. Though it would be better if you did that to the otter.
We have multiple creatures that can go underwater and fish for us.
Or with how fast I am, I could just swim up to the fish and catch him.
Basically, everybody can fish except for Timber.
No, Timber could go underwater and use a spear. Just stab.
It's just so long as he stays close to the ankle. The crusade knows no bounds.
Anyways. So, are we ending it here?
Sorry, I was
because
just
we're
getting some
gonna.
food.
No, because we're having a storm now. Better get to bailing, otherwise we're gonna sink.
Oh, Zim,
Yeah.
do you have a joke ready?
Minsk and Boo. You forgot Boo.
Computer, tell us a joke.
A high jumper walks into a bar. The coach says, "No! You're supposed to jump over it."
I can't hear it.
A high jumper walks into a bar. The coach says, "No, you're supposed to jump over it." They're not very good jokes.
They're dad jokes.
They're not even.
I personally loved it.
How many solar exalted does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Well, I know this, but I'm not going to steal your punchline.
It takes two. One to hold the light bulb and the other to rotate creation.
And that's the sound it makes.
That's a good one. Well, I'm glad I could hang out with my crew.
Who are you?
I really appreciate that you got out and did a beer run for Old Temple here on. I really appreciate that.
While Timber watched the prisoners.
You know, I just realized something. If that dynamite had gone off while they were moving it, the Martens would have entered low Earth orbit.
Why?
The amount of damage they would have suffered from the explosion and being at point blank range, they'd get blown back.
We're in a cave.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll just have.
Oh, I thought it was
We'd have
open top.
Marten.
I thought that was like cliffs around.
No, we'd have to dig Martens out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Tanya, do you know what a cove is?
A cove doesn't necessarily have a roof over it. You're thinking of a grotto.
This is where the waters washed this out.
Honestly, once Timbo gets some rum, he would probably go to the prisoners and say, "Hey, join the Imperium. I'll let you have some of my booze."
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Ascent to Ascent Dungeons and Dragons. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I cannot do this without you guys coming by, hanging out, and supporting the channel however you do. So thank you so much. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. But for now, thank you all so much again for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Have fun.